Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we are diving into not a solo gameplay of Kingdoms Forlorn, but potentially the only multiplayer gameplay to exist on the campaign page.
I imagine. Honestly, I'm impressed. If anyone else out there gets a 4-player game or 3-player game,
if you haven't seen my vlog digging into this, you really should. Because for the Kingdom Death fans out there, let me just let you know where we're dropping in. We're dropping in on this as if it was the 20th episode or 20th Lantern year in a Kingdom Death campaign. Abilities, character traits, cards that we can play, and a whole lot of really cool stuff happening, but it is a lot to swallow. What we're running here is going to be a gameplay built around 4 players, 4 narrative stories intertwining themselves throughout the delve, the clash, and the various conditions that we're going to be encountering. And every character needs kind of their handheld. So if you saw my solo gameplay, I had 3 characters off to the side, kind of working as neutral AIs, and one that I was trying my best to focus on. But it was an example of gameplay, it wasn't the best. This will be a better example of a multiplayer approach. However, the game right now in its prototype stage is not balanced to run at 2, 3, or 1 players. It will be by the time you get it, as far as the publisher has told me. What that means is that instead of running 4 characters altogether like you would in Kingdom Death and like we're doing now, I will be able to run just Sir Saunch and have other neutral characters kind of playing a buffering role, but not the main story arc or story narrative. Same thing if Shira and I wanted to go out. She could run 1 character with her narrative arc, 1 character with mine, and we wouldn't need Sender at all.
In general.
In general. Yeah. So, please, for the caveat, if you appreciate the fact that I've put close to probably 16 to 20 hours into getting this up and functioning.
Way more time than I would reasonably... I'll be covering this, and I'm 90% certain if it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't be, just because of the amount of work that's gone into this.
Hit the subscribe button down below. Now, Alex is going to be doing a full review.
First impressions. There's no way I can call this a review. This is a jumping in mid-campaign.
A full prototype review.
Full prototype review. Yeah, there's some games I feel I can get the full thing. We'll talk about it later. You can check that over my channel, but it's definitely going to be first impressions, just given what this represents and what it is.
Yep. And then here on Quackalope, 2 important things. This gameplay will be where we give away one of the minis. We let people know we were going to be shipping one out, and it seems like the Eggnite is the mini of question.
As someone is holding it very...
As someone is precariously holding it. If anything, we'll just mail his copy out and keep ours. The other thing that you should be aware of, for Kingdom Death fans out there, because I know there's a lot of you giant campaign delvers looking to see if this is a game you want to back, right? Aeon's Trespass, right?
Aeon's Trespass Odyssey was the other one.
Was the other one. That was also highly comparative. We, Shira and I, who are Lantern Year 13, 14 in our own duel campaign on Kingdom Death, will be diving in and doing a full KDM versus Kingdoms Forlorn comparison. Talking about the highs, the lows, what makes one better, what makes one worse. Stay subscribed, leave a comment down below, let us know what questions you have. We'll do our best to address those. It probably won't be on launch day, it'll probably be a few days into the campaign, and along with that, we will likely be giving away a full pledge of Kingdoms Forlorn, so you're going to want to stay tuned. With those caveats out of the way, I felt like I earned that 2 minutes or 5 minutes that I just spent there.
Please, yes.
Let's go ahead and start setting up what this is. Now, this is going to be too big of a game for me to actually do a teach or walk you through this. We're going to do our best to hold our hands or hold each other's hands as we get in, but I'll give you the high 30, and then I have a preview over on another separate channel that doesn't really exist.
No.
Unless you search for it. That video is going to be a preview that breaks everything down in about 10 minutes or less, getting a little bit more into depth. So, high level. We each have our own unique characters. Our characters each have their own unique story arcs that interweave throughout the game. Each of these story arcs are going to have twisting objectives and fables that will result in us reading various story passages throughout the play. Normally, in a multiplayer game, you'd sit silently and read it to yourself and then update your companions about where you are. We'd all do that collectively. In this, I've already done Sir Saunch's story in our solo gameplay. We're going to let Shira with Kara and you with one of your 2 characters read through the narrative arc. So you'll see 2 more stories here, and the writing is really good. The idea behind Kingdoms Forlorn is a variety of different kingdoms, each plagued by misery and suffering and abominations like egg beasts slowly forming into burbalous plants. You will be doing 2 sections of the game. The first is the delve phase, where we'll be flipping cards and exploring the landscape, looking for our own personal hunts, objectives, and resolving our own personal narrative. That's where the game interweaves between all of us. Choices I make may not positively affect the rest of the players around the table. It could be selfish and just for me, but it could progress my story forward. The consequences of those choices could be positive or negative, again, for myself and everyone else. At the end of the first half of the exploration phase, the delve phase, we will then have a showdown. This is a scripted showdown in this case, but in the final version of the game, these could be random and they could pop up near any time. In that delve phase, we'll fight a mob, a horde of skeleton army, kind of entrapped in their iron-classed armor, and we will have to defeat a certain number of them to win. That'll deal with action cards that we have, ability modifiers that each character has, and special effects. And each character does actually play significantly differently. So we will walk you through when we get to that stage of the game. I will make sure, Shira will make sure I do, have timestamps down below if you want to skip from one phase to another. We're trying, Sender.
I saw this morning's video. I was very impressed.
We really are. After that, we're going to dive back into the delve phase where we have 2 win or loss conditions. First off, if we run out of exploration cards and we haven't encountered the Egg Knight, we have lost the game. If we all end up dead on the battlefield, we have lost the game. It does have a fail forward mechanic, meaning a loss is not an end of your story, it is instead a progression forward that could be negative. We're going to search through, trying to accomplish our own personal missions. Our missions do not matter. Like, we don't care if everyone in the party has finished their story arc in order for us to actually fight the boss. That is not a timeline that matters. It does affect things, not for this. Then we're going to decide to hunt down the Egg Knight. We're going to face off with one big boss encounter where instead of a mob of armies we have, we're going to have different locations that we'll be targeting, like the cracked skull and the egg-shaped breastplate and the yoke running down his side, stuff like that. And that'll be the final part of this video. So with that out of the way, let's start by setting up what this is. And I think the appropriate place to start is going to be with a little flavor text. So Alex, grab that green over there, just so people can get a sense of why I didn't print all this out. The final copy will have, this is one chapter of 6 to 8 for each character, and this is for one character of the 4 we currently have. It is a total of 60 pages here on my iPad that we process through. So that's Sir Saunch's, but to start with, we need to find Kara. And Alex, who are you going to establish?
Well, last time I did Renholder with you, so I'll be doing Fleishritter this time.
All right. Shira? This sets up your introduction and then sets up your chapter 1. If you don't like flavor text, again, I'll have timestamps down below, but please understand this is what this game is.
There's a decent amount of reading that's about to happen. It's good, it's fun, but you can skip it if you want.
Don't be jealous, Rain, Kara calls out with a chuckle as she hefts a boar, a prized prey, from one shoulder to another for all in the village to see. There's plenty to go around. Hold on to this, little one, she adds, putting her helmet on an unsuspecting boy's head. And don't you think of playing with it. It's serious wilder business. She winks. She remembers when she was his age. Barely able to wield a sword, she lived high in the branches, in the headman's hut, pretending to be his long-lost daughter. During hot summer nights, she used to lounge on the terrace overlooking the village green and gaze into the stars, imagining all the great deeds and fabulous adventures that awaited her in the future. She would recount to the headman, who she called Uncle Can, all the things that happened to her over the course of the day, from catching a beetle to seeing a white-antlered deer to meeting a first man. Then she would look into his unseeing eyes and find encouragement and warmth. Uncle Can would always be there, lending a sympathetic ear and all the comfort Kara craved. And why wouldn't he be? He was a stone statue, just like the rest of the village's inhabitants. There were drawbacks to living in a petrified settlement. Nothing's perfect, right? Kara laughs to herself. This is a demo version.
So skip that and read your chapter 1.
Chapter 1, head over heels. Shit, you curse under your breath. This is unbelievable. You leave your home for a day, or a fortnight, on official wilder business, and this is what you come back to? You squint, making a serious face. There'll be hell to pay when I find out who did this, you yell. So, if you're still here, better come out and fess up. I promise I'll be lenient. Mistakes do happen. You remember you once tipped a whole row of petrified villagers queuing for a vegetable stall. Of course, you put them right back in roughly the same spots. This is much worse. You look for clues, broken branches, disturbed everyday objects, footprints or paw prints, that sort of thing. Outside of the wilder order, no one really frequents the eastern wilds, so the list of potential suspects is mercifully short. Other wilders? Out of the question. This was your territory, and the Knights of the Forest treated these matters very seriously. First men? Possible, but the apes would leave more of a mess. Besides, you had a truce of sorts. One of the woodsmen or night trackers carried away during a hunt or going far deeper into the forest than they should have? Maybe. Well, Who else would have done it but a stupid knight, you say loudly. You hear that, Clinker? I just offended you. How will your honor survive this affront? Better come out and demand satisfaction. It's just little old me and my spear here. So helpless. No one takes the bait. You sigh audibly and return to the defiled hut. This was a home of a particularly handsome young man. Blue-eyed Cavill, you named him. One you had a teeny-weeny crush on when you were little. Absolutely over it now. However, today someone just came in and took his head off. Really clean cut, too. No chipping on the stone. Top quality craftsmanship. You would have been impressed if you weren't so pissed. Grrr! You know what you're making me do? You address the culprit, or whoever they are. You're making me set out to the city and interact with people. And I'm no good with that. And someone is bound to get hurt. And it's all your fault, just so you know. You'll be held accountable. Kara's coming. You have been warned. Continue?
She's a little crazy.
She is a little insane. I mean, so it looks like you have another portion. You could choose if you're enjoying it.
Oh, I am.
Okay. It reminds me of what's that Will Smith movie?
The Alone one?
The zombie one.
I can't remember what it's called.
You know what I'm talking about, though, with the mannequins?
This reminds me of the red-haired wildling Game of Thrones.
I was thinking her. I thought you meant the other one.
Yep. The one that also sounds right.
You once compared to this red character from a TV show.
Yeah, okay. Yes, ahead. You'd like nothing more but to wipe the smirk of the town's crier's face. Little arrogant shit. Strange question, I know. I expected some eyebrow raising, really, but at this point, I'm beginning to suspect you're just being obstinate for obstinated's sake. A stone head of a young man, slightly effeminate features, a distinctive jeweled wreath. I'm not renowned for my calm disposition. The people I know, and there are a few I travel, would probably describe me as impatient and impulsive. Yeah, sounds right. That is not a particularly desirable combination for you. You tilt your spear, so it menacingly comes into view. So, you do love to blabber, don't you? The voice is feminine and mature, almost motherly. Almost. But it doesn't seem to have gotten you far at all, dear. Half the city is talking about the crazy wilder and her missing head, and you're no closer to finding it.
Half the city's all they're all stone.
You turn to face the older woman, a tall, almost imposing noble in rich, yet practical attire. What's your point? My point is simply this. Why haven't you come to me? I would have gladly told you all about it for free. The noble woman smiles like a parent doting on their child. And before you ask, because my goal simply aligns with yours. You frown distrustfully. You want the head? The woman stares at you for a second, then says, No, my dear. The man, nay the villain, who took your stone head has ventured into the deep fog, to the place they call the Principality of Stone. I do not know why, neither do I care. I care about the man brought back to me, dead or alive. I'm happy to share all the details with you. Statues and wilders are easy. You know better than to simply trust a fleshy human. And why do I presume I will do as you say, you ask suspiciously? To that, the noblewoman smiles precariously. Because, my dear, Lady Esbeth knows about the wilders more than the average mud digger around here. Not many of you left, am I right? Some kind of ritual? You turn away to hide your surprise. Maybe, maybe not. Keep your little secrets, Knight of the Forest. I only care about results. So, what will it be? You agree, of course, because she was right. You were getting nowhere with your questions and threats. As you set out in the direction of the deep bog in the company of a few other wanderers, each of whom has their own reasons to venture into kingdoms forlorn, you still ponder, why did this man need poor Cavill's head?
So there is your establishing story, and we have more questions than that, I have to be honest. Now, every establishing story is also going to set up additional rules. So, you, Shira, are looking for, specifically, your objective is to find a man named Egil who stole a stone head from your village. You want it back, simple, just as you like it. You need to gain 4 historic clues and 2 martial clues. Historic clues are going to be the ones with the books, so you need to try to get 4 yellow, and martial will be the red. So go ahead and place those near your board and actually collect them as you move over those tokens in the delve phase. That's the easiest way.
1, 2, 3,
now,
4
everyone
yellow,
right now,
2 red, I believe.
And 2 red. Everyone right now is going to have the same condition. When you have 2 of the yellow and 1 of the red, you will trigger a story event. Now, we might be looking for blue and green, and it'll be the same equation. 2 of the one that you need 4 of, 1 of the one that you need 1 of. Additional rules. If you have the least amount of clues of the night party, gain a +2 bonus to skill tests and a +1 bonus to rolls. So remember that.
Okay.
For skills, you're going to be doing skills based on various different encounters.
Plus 2 to skills, and what's the other?
Plus 2 to skills
rolls.
and plus 1 to rolls.
If you have the least.
If you have the least. Okay, moving on up, let's go ahead and establish what my conditions are, because each person has, like I said, their own conditions.
And again, if you want that flavor text reminder, you can find all that in the other gameplay video.
The fast and short objective, I need to find Von Brahm's daughter, Isel, in the outskirts of Principality of Stone, so I can resume my lifelong quest of hunting Orang Ong, the Dragon of Legend. Remember, bandits will try to remain hidden while the monsters of the kingdom walk in the open. I need to gain 4 errant clues and 2 historic clues, and win the boss clash. That's my objective. Now, my additional rule. Whenever you enter a new kingdom card with an empty point of interest, you may lose 1 vigor to place 2 opening tokens in that point of interest. Vigor is our health.
What card tokens do you need?
So I need 2 4 errant, which are going to be the green, I believe.
And then 2 of the
And
books.
then 2 of the books. And I can double check. We have the iconography over there just to make sure. But, so if I enter a location, it's my action, I enter a location where there's a point of interest, I could lose a health to place 2 opening tokens in that point of interest. When you move to a monster clash, place all tokens scouted into the pool. So the first person to activate will get a benefit of more opening tokens, which is going to be a modifier that helps you do your attack rolls and wounds. Let's do a quick one for Fleishritter. Fleishritter. It's like his name is like German for meat cutter or something like that, I think.
Meat Ripper, maybe?
Yeah,
Fleishritter.
Fleishritter. Yeah, so, Chapter 1, Objective. You're on the trail.
Am I reading either of these?
You're going to read yours.
If I'm reading one, I'm reading Fleishritter.
Oh, you're reading Fleishritter.
Yes.
That's why
So
I
let's
said
do the quick for Renholder then.
Yeah, because Renholder I played last time, so I want to see. This is
I
my
just
final.
remembered-
I've seen your story. I've seen my story.
You want to see the last one?
I want to see the last story.
So, Renholder.
My story.
You need to
Well,
track
yours-
down the rat-faced man. There's no telling how long the deep fog will remain passable, but if he falls foul of a beast or succumbs to the curse of petrification, then all hope of learning about the night trade will fade. You need to gain 4 mystic clues, which are going to be the blue ones.
4 blue and 2 green.
And 2 green. Now, your additional rule, and we will 100% miss some of these along the way.
100%.
When you enter a new kingdom card with a point of interest on it, you may place 1 Lux from your night sheet onto this point of interest. If you do, reveal the top kingdom card from any deck.
Okay.
So, interesting, gives you a little bit more of a search ability, but you need to have generated Lux on your character first, which is like the caveat. Let's move back up here to Fleishritter. Now, the little snippets that I'm reading here would be what you basically tell your tribe around the table. For instance, you'd sit down and read through your opening paragraph, and then you'd let everyone know the snippet of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, the terminology they use is solo operative. You're playing a solo game, but you're kind of working together. You can choose to share what you want. It might be more information. It might be less information. You'll figure out what works for you as you play the game.
Yeah.
Tension fills the still air. All eyes within the crowd turn toward the battle. A warrior faces down his adversary, 2 impressive opponents locked in an age-old struggle. Iron flashes between them, reflecting the light of the sun as a blade jabs and slices. A gasp of wonder arises from the onlookers. The knight feels a bead of sweat roll along the lines of his jaw, tracing an uncomfortable course from ear to chin. Under his heavy fur cloak, the leather hide of his armor and a few plates of steel are really starting to hinder him, the heat created by his exertion becoming unbearable. But he will bear it. He must. For honor. For strength. For Grandpa Fritz. For the savory... For Grandpa Fritz. That's correct. I like the pause. For the savory taste. Yield, he yells thunderously before taking another bite. Sizzling hot juices dribble from his lips as he chews vigorously, then plunges a knife back into the Norse pie before him. Spearing another chunk of meat, he feels the dish relent at last. Delicious! All around him the crowd begins to applaud, and a slow, low chant begins to rise. Proclamations of praise for the meat hunter, the butcher knight, and a dozen other accolades. The Fleishritter, still enthusiastically masticating his latest mouthful, smiles broadly as he sits back in his chair, a shadow of a wince in the corner of his eyes. His belts are becoming tight. He'll need to get some of his armor adjusted after this grueling trial. I love how all these characters experience a bit of a hard pivot as you're reading through the text.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 1. Worthy Quarry. There are only 2 types of beasts in the world, the meatful and the meatless. The former you eat, the latter you beat.
Nice.
Monster Slayer proverb.
I love it.
In your climb through the ranks of the order, from journeyman to butcher knight, you have sampled many a meat, and all of it tasted savory and satisfying. For a time. But all good things eventually come to an end, and so it was that when you hunted and cooked the spotted striga of Beloard, last entry in the contemporary creature contembium, you shed tears of joy and sadness. for there was no new powerful meat to taste in the border kingdoms.
Makes sense.
When the deep fog rarefied and monstrous beings began to emerge from lost lands, you were more than ready. You were eager. The very thought of strange new meats of unknown taste and power sent shivers down your body and energized your mind. After finding a suitable party of like-minded companions, like-minded in the sense that they too wished to cross into the Vale into Forlorn, for bizarrely none shared your particular passion for beast flesh, you set forth. Now in the shadow of the rolling grey mass that borders the Principality of Stone, you stalk silently on the trail of one such odd being.
The egg.
The night air echoes with the sound of chirping insects, fluttering wings, and the faintest rustle of wind through the leaves overhead. Most would describe the scene as peaceful, but not you. You know that the night is ripe with violence and promise. Things lurk in the fog. Creatures stalk their prey. You kneel, fingertips tracing a large footprint in the mud. Worrying. It's almost human. A heavy boot, much like your own, but far larger than one you would expect. The creature that created must be large indeed. A gait several times that of your own. In the bottom of each impression, a strange sticky substance, a filmy slime mingled with the dirt. You reach out to touch the yellowy slime, but hesitate just for a second. It pays to be cautious when on the trail of a strange beast. You find a small twig and poke at the odd residue, noting the hiss of escaping steam as it spills like an egg. You feel a smile tug at your lips as you taste the substance. You indeed recognize the distinct taste of eggs and rich meat. But above all, you taste raw power. A worthy quarry, you murmur. Memories arise in your mind, the great hall of your home where you train with your mentors, the mighty feast prepared with the expensive kitchens, rare and delectable creations served to enhance one's strength and stamina, to help you see in the dark and recover from grievous wounds. Already your mind goes to any number of methods to try and treat the fruits of this latest hunt, should you be successful. What, you wonder, will your exploration beyond the fog yield? Check the Delph progression additional rules below. Delph progression.
We have it set up.
Level 1 Vagna. Okay, 1 second. I need 2 martial and 1. Sorry, I need 4 martial and 2 mystic.
So 4 red.
4 red and 1 blue. I believe mystic is blue.
Oh,
yep.
she already cycled them down here. She predicted it
because
of the
nice.
odds.
The cycle. Good job. Good job.
There's equal
Yes.
amounts of them on, so I knew what was left.
Okay, additional rules. You must not relent in tracking your quarry. Whenever you backtrack on the kingdom map, roll a d10 on the following table. So I have a table, which we'll have to, I guess we'll keep that up because it's a table here.
We'll have to pull these up from time to time.
What was mine if I had less of which one?
If you had less than any of us.
Less tokens?
Less total than any of us.
Less total?
Yes. If you're the worst at exploring.
Okay, awesome.
Honestly, I feel a little grossed out and intrigued at the same time.
I'm very... I have to say...
It's very...
The writing is really solid and very weird and twisted. Okay, so now this stage of the game, I'm actually going to come up top here, and I'm going to zoom in just a touch to give everyone a better view of what we're doing.
If you're making your way here from the last timestamp because you didn't want to experience any of that story, just a word of warning, I hear you, you may have missed out.
It was very good.
And that's from him.
It's very compelling.
Doesn't like stories. We are going to be diving into the delve phase of this. The way this is going to work is we're going to, let's lead off with Shira, and then we'll rotate down. You'll control both characters, so you'll have 2 total activations, because everyone is 1 player, and we'll be moving across different regions on the card. Now, every card is rotated north, south, east, and west, and every card that pulls has to be attached to that. Along with that, every card also has an icon showing a potential curse increase, showing amount of threat that you'll get when you move on to different size of cards, the resource or the clue that you'll collect when you move across, and along with that, everyone will also have a size of card. So, small cards are the safest ones, extra large cards are the most dangerous, but extra large also are guaranteed to have a boss on them. So there's kind of a min-max, kind of a mix there. After we take a move...
Boss? Now?
We can go hunt the boss. We can start the engagement at any point we're ready as long as we're on a boss location card. So we kind of want to save those for a little bit later, like after we get through the first round. After we do a single move, we'll then pull an exploration card, we'll suffer the effects or consequences of those, and we'll continue with the exploration. If we ever go beyond 10 threat or 5 curse, we lose the game. Flat out, that's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. About it. Shira, so right now you have the option
I want to
go
go west.
Okay, we are going west. West is going to be a medium card, and it's going to give you a yellow token.
Oh, she knows.
She took a look.
That's why I took a look.
We are pulling the Nobles District.
Now, a medium card should advance this 1 threat, I believe.
A medium card, we have the chart underneath that pile of papers, but you are going to be right. A medium card will advance this 1 threat.
You can check the
So
chart.
these are icons.
+1.
Oh, there's the chart.
Here, you want to keep
Small
that?
reduces our threat by 1, and large increases it by 2, and super large increases it by 3.
So you move across here. Now, there is no direct modifier here on the main card. This does have a point of interest, which means Alex or I could have interacted with it, but outside of that, it's not going to matter. We're going to pull your exploration card. Errant Foresight. So, reveal the top card of any kingdom deck matching the pathways available on your current kingdom card. If there is a path with a green clue on the revealed card, you must travel on to the next travel step. Resolve a kingdom adventure. Sir Saunch is the party leader for this adventure. So, we have to reveal, you have to choose one of these cards. Do you want to reveal a large, a medium, or a small card, Sender?
To me? Which as a result of that, you're saying?
Yes, we're revealing one, and if it has a green on it, we have to travel to it.
I'm choosing?
Because you're going to be the next in charge, but I'm the party leader for the result.
Must travel onto it in the next travel step. So I am going to be traveling onto it.
Yep.
So there's no... Oh, so I'm doing this right now?
We're revealing one.
Yeah, I'm going to be moving to the medium.
You want to reveal the medium to see if it has the green.
Oh, 1 second. I plan on moving to the west.
You want to move to the west.
Yes.
But what card do you want to reveal?
Let's reveal a small.
Okay, if this has green on it, you have to move to the small.
Oh. Interesting. Okay, cool.
Okay. This one does not have green on it, but now we have insight on where that green will go to, because small might have dead ends. Now, hand me that pack of booklets there.
This one?
Yep, because I need to resolve a in-game story. Sure. Yes, so this card is a random progression story. So, Principality of Stone, Kingdom Book. Shira, you will recognize this to like the hunt track on Kingdom Death. So, I'm going to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
High is going to be the white number. I'm looking for 10.
10. So 9 through 12?
9 through 12. That would be 10.
Okay. Precarious Plunder. A low, mournful howl echoes through the urban ravine. A broad, deep rent in the earth that slowly swallows the surrounding streets like an indolent worm. This vast scar of the Tremortrial, the earthquake that ended the principality, bars your path. A sudden shimmering catches your eye. A tree, its roots digging stubbornly into the edge of the cliff, now leans out over the void, its bare branches almost touching the far side. A shape hangs in those claw-like branches, clad in armor. You may be able to reach it. Each knight tests cunning.
Okay, so you're going to roll a dice, and you're going to modify with your cunning ability. So I have a 2.
I have a 1.
You have a 1.
It says, do I tell you what number we're wanting?
Yeah, what number are we wanting?
8 plus.
8 plus. Okay.
I need a die.
There's a die. Now, I believe it could be one of 2 ways. That's a 10. That's a 6. I got a 4. It could be one of 2 ways. I'm ruling that it is add. I don't quite remember. It might be because I have 2 cunning, I rolled 2 dice. But that wouldn't make sense because you have 0. So, go ahead, and I think Sender's the only one that would have... Did you roll for each of them?
No, I did not roll for each. 8.
So, 2 of them have technically passed.
Well, as a group, you may raise the threat level by 1 to add +2 to each test. Is that worth it? Because then we all would get it.
I think that's worth it.
To add 2 to each test, you'd still be at 6 only.
Well, he has 2.
Oh, gotcha.
And we need 8 pluses.
We all have passed now.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 to 4 successes. Now is not the time to be hasty, you realize. The glimmering prize dangles tantalizingly close, but you spend the extra moments it takes to secure the tree with a rope, carefully plotting your course up into the branches. You retrieve the armored body from where it hangs and remove the helm to reveal a petrified knight.
Ooh.
A quick search of his belongings tells of their quest and gives you some information on the surrounding area. Before departing, you make sure to perform last rites. One knight gains +1 errant clue.
Okay.
Who needs errant the most?
So I need errant the most technically.
Okay, so why don't you take each other knight gains +10 gold.
Ooh.
Fun.
Okay, and you'd write that on your character sheet.
Cool.
So is it under your sheet or under Sender's sheet where we could show that off?
Right here.
So these sheets are going to be our progression sheets. They have modifiers, key terms that affect later on in the story, death track for how many times you've been knocked out, choice matrix for the consequences and resolutions that you might get for your personal story, and of course gold right here, so you all would scrawl just 10 gold in that mark. That gold allows you to upgrade items, weapons. There's a market phase basically every season.
And we're playing more of a manufactured single shot, so we're not doing any of that.
That was the end of that scenario.
Now the other important thing is when you passed over this yellow clue token, I also gained a yellow clue token. Everyone eligible gains one.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so it is moving down to Alex. Alex, you don't have to move on small because the consequence didn't happen.
I will be moving along medium as well.
Okay.
To the left. So
threat goes up by 1.
Yep.
Now when you move across there, you're going to gain a green, and I will also gain a green, meaning my story...
Oh, that's green?
Yep, meaning my story is going to be triggering. In this location, we have a merchant district, and we do not have any other direct modifiers. So, my story, which I actually have my book here, so I can do it from my piece of paper here,
I'm just going to keep this here for when we need it next.
is going to trigger. So, Chapter 1, when I gain 2 areas, I see 001. So, basically, do you want me to read this, or since we're not really following my story, skip forward to the middle section?
Up to you.
Because we're not following my story, and I read through this in the other gameplay, I'm going to skip down. The Egg Knight prowls the kingdom's highways. While the highwaymen may be tempted to skulk in the back alleys, you may lose 2 vigor and or raise threat by 1 to treat your current kingdom size card one as 1 size smaller or larger for doing each. Then, depending on your kingdom card size, C. So right now we're on a medium. I could go up to a large if I wanted. I think I'm going to stay at a medium, which is going to resolve a different story event. So moving forward to 002, at the bottom of that, the beggar ponders for a moment then slowly nods. Soon, you're back on the road with a new lead. I gain +1 edge. If the threat level, which is going to be a modifier on our, basically it modifies our win condition. If the threat level is 6+, gain +1 curse level, or discard 1 exploration card you choose.
Yeah,
Threat level is not
6+.
What's edge?
Edge is a modifier on your larger character sheet. It modifies your potential victory for your personal story at the end of the round.
Now I should be drawing an exploration card if I'm not mistaken.
You should be for sure. For this one.
Yeah.
Monsieur.
Place a Panzergate on the path you use to travel onto this kingdom card.
Panzer gates are items which we cannot. Where'd you put all the Panzer gates?
Those?
Oh, yes. These mean we can no longer double back through that.
Yeah.
All of us should have a base card in our hand called Coordinate, which will allow us to break down a Panzer gate.
Yeah. We can lose 2 health or discard this card to remove 1 Panzer Gate.
Okay, Monsieur Senda?
I will go ahead and, let's see.
We don't really want to double back, though, because it doesn't
Yeah, I
add
know.
value to us.
I'm going to go ahead and move downwards, lowering the threat a bit. I'm going to go down.
Small card, and we
Yep.
know this is actually a safe travel condition. So north is going to connect here, and we're moving down to a little alley.
Did we cross over any colors?
When he moved, he did not.
Did not, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just a safe trip, and it
I lower the threat by
lower
1
stats.
if you can pass me an exploration card.
I'm
another
just trying to
exploration
keep
card.
track of
Absolutely.
our tokens.
Place a Panzergate on the path you used to travel on this kingdom card.
Well,
We
Slowly
are-
closing the gates behind
We
us.
are locked off again. Lovely.
And to you, Jesse.
I am. It's not going to directly benefit me, but I think I am going to step over to the next medium card, and that'll get 2 of you red tokens. So I'm working as a team. Everyone remember that.
We're all solo operating.
We're all solo operating.
Now that is going to be a large card. No, that's medium, so we're going to go back up 1.
Another merchant district here. Now this will spawn off to a small,
Why don't you
medium,
move these down?
or small card.
You can move them. If you move them up, there'll be room for them.
Now the interesting thing here, let's say this moved over to a large card up here.
Yeah.
It would not physically be able to fit on the table, which means that would be a closed path to us in all technicality.
Yeah.
Okay. Shira?
Now you have to resolve an exploration.
Oh, I don't like those though. Half the time they're not that good.
And they're a timer.
And the other half of the time they're even more brutal. Moving this.
Moving on up.
Alright. Follow the meat. Resolve a kingdom adventure. Fleishritter is the party leader for the adventure. He gains 2 health or places 1 Fleishritter token on his board. Would you like a Fleishritter token, I assume, because you don't need the
Yes.
health. This pops over, and you're going to roll 2 dice. White is going to be the high die.
Oh, really? Sorry. Okay.
Yep. 66.
Okay. 67. 66. 64 to 66. A collapsing roof. While you rummage through one of the old tenement houses, you suddenly hear a groaning noise. Dust falls from the tilted ceiling and the walls start shaking. Could it be another earthquake? Is the house finally succumbing to gravity? You need to get out of there before the roof collapses on your head. Each night tests endurance, and we need 8 pluses.
Okay.
I don't have much endurance.
It's not going to work for me.
1,
Oh,
Not gonna work for me.
3.
we're all going to fail. Go ahead and keep going.
We
Well-
may do what?
If the threat level is 9 plus, subtract -2 from each test. We all failed.
Yeah.
All of it comes crumbling down. An errant brick hits you on the head just as you are clearing the building, and you stumble out and fall in the dirt. Your vision blurs. A fuzzy feeling spreads through your body. Blood seeps between your fingers as you hold your pounding head. At least you're still in one piece. Delay 1 ability card.
Okay, so you're going to have to take one of your ability cards.
Is it just him?
Is it...
All of it.
It is, I think, everyone who has failed, because we all had to roll for that.
So all of us delay an ability card.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating, because these are...
Nice and powerful.
Yeah. So each of these ability cards have interesting effects. One side is used for the delve phase, and one side is used for the clash phase, which means what you use in the delve will exhaust resources for the clash. So I'm actually going to be looking at the clash phase and trying to decide what I don't mind getting rid of
Just temporarily.
for a cycle.
Alright. I'm gonna move this.
Okay.
So and it goes into the delay section.
Yep.
Great.
And
Alright.
it's now to Shira, I believe. Oh, wait, no, but Jesse just moved. Jesse drew a card. Yeah, Shira.
Okay.
So you could move down for a small and a curse. You could move west for a medium and a red. You could move up for a small.
I'll move medium west.
Okay.
And we all get another red.
Yep.
Medium card is flipping. A craftsman district is going to be over in this location. Everyone gets a red if they need a red.
We don't get the yellow though.
You do not. You get whatever you just passed through. Coming out of this location, you're going to be resolving.
Do we raise that card? No, you do not.
Stonequake. Place a Panzer Gate on X paths, where X is your curse level.
So 0 paths.
Okay.
Starting from the path you use to travel onto your current kingdom card and going clockwise, stop when there's only one valid path left.
Okay.
What's this
If we were at that level of threat.
threat?
Which we are not.
Okay.
Moving on over to Alex.
We
You
need-
could go south for a curse and a small card. You could go west for a red and a large card. And you could go north for a small card.
I'll go north for a small card. Lowering that threat again.
So this is
We
a
need to get to
town
the
road.
extra large, don't we?
In the next cycle of the game, we will want to get to the extra large. Right now, it's just a matter of getting our own
Can
story.
I only move to the right now?
Sure, did you trigger your story?
No.
Okay.
At what point should I have triggered my story?
So
Right
When I
now.
got 2?
when you got your next red. So hand me that
Well, it
iPad
just
there.
happened when we moved
Yep.
over.
And your story is one of the stories we are actually following. So,
I'm going to move these back down again.
let's see here. We are looking for Kara. So, when you trigger, where are you? Character introduction, chapter 1, moving down to here. If you have 2+ historic clues, you may resolve any of these once.
I don't have 2+ historic.
If you have 2+ historic clues, you may resolve. Interesting. Delve progression. Her delve progression is different from ours, which is actually strange. Let's see here. If you have 2+ historic clues, you may resolve any of these. After. Both of them are historic. After you move to the newly delved end, you immediately must see 21 dead ends. Ends can be found small. After you finish this delve boss, reveal your chat character's outcome. Interesting. So,
Because you could have hypothetically gotten to a store before triggering the other part.
yeah, cool. So your
nothing
story,
happens.
your story is different than ours. Interesting.
Okay.
So you're looking for your 2 historic. Okay.
Okay, to me, I will move up 1, which is going to lower our threat by 1, which
Yep.
I believe I just
You
did
already
I
did,
just
yeah.
did it.
You did
Okay,
it.
great. That's going to cross us by that little windmill clue, the whatever you call that one. And
Which means I get one of
okay,
those
great,
as
yes,
well.
you do. Phantom Thief. Each knight loses 1 clue of the type they have the most of.
I'm losing that one.
That's
Great.
not the bestest. If a knight cannot lose a clue, but that's not relevant, place those clues on the furthest unused point of interest.
If they cannot.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, great.
Place those clues on the furthest unused point of interest. Is that one?
Yep, back over here in this location.
If there are no unused, okay, that's not relevant. Otherwise, when you travel onto the kingdom card with the clues, regain them. So
It's a lot of doubling back.
I mean,
Or-
We can't get there also.
Or 1 medium card. Potter.
Well, you can't go to the right. You have to go up right now.
You could go 2 medium cards.
If we depending how it does, potentially. All right, and that's basically that.
Okay. You want to move up?
Oh yes, I will move up. What do we get when we move up?
So moving up is going to be a green and a medium.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I think I did that wrong. This one, you get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. When I told you to get a green, it was because I knew we were moving up.
So
Don't take another green.
You have one less green.
No, we'll get it in a second. We'll get it now.
We're getting it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this location is the Craftsman's District. We
Okay.
move on to this spot. And here we're going to resolve another event.
That's
We
medium,
have
so we have to
thoroughly
trick this.
avoided the large and the extra large.
Yeah. Each knight may pay 10 gold, which Shira and I have, I believe.
All three of
all
your
three of us
characters
have. All three of us have. All right, gain two heat to roll a die and resolve an effect corresponding to the result. Petrify a gear slot, lose a health, gain a heat limit. You may gain an attack. Ooh, that's fun. Gain a clue of your choice. I'm gonna choose to spend it.
Spend the 10 gold.
I'm gonna choose to spend the 10 gold for both my characters.
So you're going to roll.
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
I don't have 10 gold.
I'm
You
gonna roll
didn't
for
get 10? I thought you
Fleishritter
said-
first. No,
I got the token.
I'm gonna go Fleishritter first. And he got an 8, which is
You may gain 1 power. Nice.
Yes.
That's not bad.
I know, starting off combat strong.
Next character?
I'm gonna go ahead and do that for this character, Renholder. 5.
5. Gain 1 heat.
Not 1 heat.
Oh,
that's
no,
health.
1 health.
Yep.
Okay.
Which
You're
I'm
already
already-
at your
I'm
maximum.
ready to max.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool.
I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna get as good of a roll.
10.
10.
Gain a clue of your choice.
Gain a clue of your choice. Nice. You could go ahead and trigger your story now.
Yeah.
All right. Hand me that iPad. Now we can find out a little bit more about her. So, you have 2 historic clues. You may choose one of these once. After you move to a newly revealed merchant district, you may see 001. After you move to a newly revealed nobles district, you may see 005. After you move to a newly revealed Panzerberg, you may see 009. So, when we take another move,
Okay.
you will want to decide, or we take any
Let
number
me
of
keep
moves
this.
forward,
Also,
you'll want to
for
decide what
context,
you
I
do.
believe when you told us to resolve last time, you were just wrong.
Well, we didn't have a resolve.
Yeah, but you told us to resolve based on having 2 red and 1 yellow.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone else is that balanced. She's the only character that has not been that balanced. 2 and 1.
No, everyone is half of what they need,
Yeah.
specifically. So she needs to get 4 yellows, so she needed 2 yellows to resolve.
She needs to get 4 yellows and 2 reds.
Yeah,
I had 2 reds.
Yeah. Which is what she didn't need.
correct.
We're on the same
Okay,
page.
cool. Anyways, it's to you, Jesse.
So
This
the
goes away.
options I have here is a medium green, a small normal, or I could go over the other side for a medium blue.
Oh, Jesse,
and
just
a
one
Panzer
context.
Gate.
You do have the option of gaining 2 heat to roll a die. Just so you know. We spent our money.
Sure. Yeah, I can gain 2 heat and give this a roll. Watch it be awful for me, though.
9.
Not bad at all. I gain a power level. I
nice.
like that.
Okay.
I'm going to go the medium, and I'm going to go it over this
So
way.
that ticks up 1.
So everyone who needs a blue will go ahead and gain the blue.
Thank you, sir. That's helpful.
A Panzer Gate is going to slam down behind me, however.
Sure, you want to grab Panzergate? Oh, never mind, Jesse.
So, what's the district called?
This is a nobles district, and this is a point of interest. So as I move on to this point of interest,
So I can...
I'm going to lose 2 health to go ahead and place, I believe it's 2 opening tokens on this point.
When we move to... when we move as a party, is it considered my move?
Yeah.
As well?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I can resolve 005 now. Because we moved to a newly revealed nobles district. Or should I do after you move to a newly revealed Panzerberg? Because we just revealed the Panzerberg as well.
Panzerberg's a location. The Panzer
Oh,
Gate is
the
Gate, I think.
Panzerberg.
So this would be the nobles. You could also not do it, but it says after you have 2, you can choose to resolve one of these.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Go ahead and do it. Progress forward.
Nobles District 005.
You're getting information.
Okay. The imposing structures of the upper district, what had once been the homes of the rich and the elite, is now in disrepair. Many of the once proud buildings hunched, their inner supports shattered by time, earthquake, or some other force. Even so, it is easy to see the former opulence of the place. The bright colors of the walls, the broad gardens that would have held countless exotic plants, even a few glints of lingering gilding on the more prominent houses. Wow. The word slips from your lips as you pause in an open area between 2 mansions. These city folks sure love their big boxes. Whole lot of effort and fanciness for a place you're just going to sleep in. Give me a tree any day. Before your companions can respond to your words, you press onwards deeper into the districts. Note Nobles District as a place you've searched through. If this is the first place you have explored, so how many places have I explored?
So
That's the first one, I believe. You had a whole bunch, right?
yeah,
You had,
yeah,
like, 4
yeah.
options.
This is the first time you've specifically explored.
Okay, so then 006. Your trail leads you to a large manse overlooking a sheer cliff top, one of the products of a particularly vicious earthquake. Glancing past the precariously balanced structure, you see the rest of the noble district spread out beneath it, a devastated plain of tumbling, toppled homes. The manse itself is hauntingly empty, dark windows staring out hollowly, while the doors lie wide open, the interior as silent as the grave. Cautiously, your troop of knights enters the structure and searches around for some time, eventually finding the manse's inhabitants. The merchant owner sits at a table with a woman, presumably his wife. The pair have been petrified for some time, if the wear on their stony figures is to be read correctly. Around this duo, the servants of the home are frozen in a moment of seeming celebration, drinking lavish bottles of wine, laughing, one of them hurriedly stuffing silverware into his garments. It seems like, in the moment before they were too petrified, the staff of the home were all too eager to gloat over their wealthy employer's misfortune. Each knight can lose 1 vigor to gain 6 gold each. If the threat level is lower than 7, raise it by 2. If it's higher, so raise the threat level.
It's raising by 2, and I don't really need the gold, so
I found the gold useful, so I'm gonna go ahead and
you can go ahead and grab 6 gold each.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
So toss this over to the side, and I believe we're resolving the last event card, because it was the end of my turn. Panzer Pit. Place a Panzer Gate on all paths in your current kingdom card, except for the one you use to travel onto it, which has a Panzer Pit already. So here's what we're going to do. And if we're 6+, we gain 1 curse. So we now have a curse established. So I'm going to take this. Normally you would play with this kind of off to the side. I'm going to set this here. We're also going to establish Panzer Gates on each location, which means we will need...
Except the one we used to travel onto it.
But that one had a Panzer Gate. So that means when we respawn to this location, we are going to have to use one of our cards, so set it aside, don't spend it, to get out of this situation. Because if you cannot move, if all Panzer Gates have locked you in, you die in the Principality, which is another loss condition. All of these, normally you'd keep them kind of together. I don't think we're ever doubling back, so I'm going to set them off to the side. And for bigger, more open adventures, that might be more of a big deal. I think it'll be okay now. Can you take those and set them off to the side?
Yes.
And I'm looking for the clash scenario. So let's go ahead and set up... So, like Magic, we have set up the first clash scenario.
So cool. That's an optional buy, by the way.
Oh, the Magic part?
The Magic
Fantastic. You know what else is an optional buy? The introduction to the clash scenario, which is just a touch of flavor text, and then we'll set up what's happening here.
I'll charge you later.
Okay, great.
And the jaws of fear bit hardened the people of the Principality, and they sought refuge in plates of iron and chains of steel, and the fabled automail of the Weisskaiser family. For naught. The curse did not spread by touch. They died like they lived in their armor. You hear shuffling and a clamor of rusted breastplates banging together like a mournful threnody of memory of an armor smith. When the dead emerge from the toppled cathedral, their time-worn features sheared to the bleached bone, they are both familiar and completely alien. What sorcery begets the undeath that animates these corpses? For what drives them, you know. Hate.
Seems accurate. Okay, so what is happening here? We're fighting the Iron Cast Dead. We still probably might need that sheet to reference just in case, but they're going to have a hit value of 7. On level 1, they're going to have a movement of 5, and they're going to have a total health value of 5. Well, we're fighting a mob. How does health values work? You have to take out enough of the mob to equal that. What does that mean? Every 1 and 2 level, which is going to be the cards up here, the different ones we can target, is worth 1 health point in total for the mob. The level 3 is worth 2. So taking out the big guy is really hard to do, but also cleans the slate a little bit quicker. They also have some effects, Gang Up and Swarm. Movement is a little tricky. I'll do my best to moderate this, but just like Kingdom Death, it is always the thing you'll probably get the most wrong until you're familiar with it. They're going to do their best to push us and group around us. Swarm is going to be swelling around us, and then Gang Up is going to be dealing damage based on how many are now around you. So those are going to be the things that we should kind of be anticipating. Outside of that, I've set up the 6 level 1 cards for the AI deck, which will escalate every time we do damage to them.
They're gonna cycle.
We've set up the 8 on top of here. We've flipped all of our action cards over to the combat side, including the ones that were in our reserve. And I believe we are ready to go ahead and dive into the fight. Now, you have the 1-page reference sheet right here. The way the combat sequence will work is as follows. We will always activate first, declare attack and activate weapon, raise passion and check priority target, attack roll, first window of opportunity to play abilities, draw the baddie card, roll our power dice for if we can actually connect with them, then we'll resolve any responses they have. We'll do wound and escalation where they level up and they take damage. We'll clear the night pull, and then we'll open up a second ability window. Now, the one thing I do want to double check, just because it's a question we asked on the way to this position. Oh, and I want to make sure I don't get this wrong, because I played solo last time. The one thing I want to check is, does one knight activate, or do all 4 of us activate in a single session? I believe it is all 4, but that would be a pretty big single thing to miss. So, Senator, if you want to talk about the cards and the abilities you have while I check for this.
Basic idea of the game is as follows. We're going to be activating a few different things, and there's a sense of escalation on both paths. Like Jesse touched upon briefly already, as we deal damage to them, as we take them out, we're going to be shuffling in higher-powered AI cards into the deck, meaning there's a sense of escalation on their end, even as we slowly weed them down. On our end, we have the same idea. As we take damage on our health track, we will be advancing our heat cap. Our heat cap is this idea of we can kind of get more done. The flip side is we're also drawing more attention to ourselves and having them attack us more and more. So it's both a good thing and a bad thing for us. Along with that, as we start taking attack actions, which Jesse and I already buffed up our initial strength over there, you're going to, every single time you attack, you're going to be upping that track, which will give you access to your chart over here, which gives you access to more and more abilities, which means, like them, we're all powering up. There's a sense of escalation in the combat. That's something that they did with the Ancestors of Odyssey as well, and they're carrying that over to here, which is awesome because it's one of my favorite mechanics in games, just that sense of escalation and power.
Yep.
Then the thing you actually asked me to talk about, which was none of that, which is the Hand of Cards. This Hand of Cards, which is double-sided, we had some in the Del phase, and then we flipped them over to the other side. We can utilize these as part of our ability phase to go ahead and activate whatever they are, getting things, paying expenses, different things like that, to help us basically achieve the goal of killing 5 of them.
Okay. Now, we each have our own special, unique abilities as well. Let's establish those just so we all kind of remember what those are. I was correct that all 4 characters are going to act together as a unit.
2 of them, 4 of us.
Just like KDM, just like how that runs.
Do you remember if I got heat for something?
I don't believe you did.
I don't believe you did.
So,
I have to stop messing with
starting here, I have Rush. Rush will mean I activate both my movement and my attack value.
It's called Rush for all of us.
Okay, I gain a heat, so we all have this.
Yep.
I can move with +1 movement and do an attack with an auto break 1, meaning I'm turning a fail or a half miss into a successful hit, but I must move at least 3 spaces, and I can only go towards the best, closest adjacent person, the shortest path possible. My special ability is going to be an ability called Little Sir. I can gain a heat to place 1 opening token in the night pool, and place Little Sir, which is my little monkey, token onto a mob or onto the top of the boss. If a card with Little Sir is discarded, I move it to another card. I may then use this ability only if Little Sir is not on a card already. I regain the token once the card with Little Sir is wounded at the end of the clash. Little Sir gets a chance to look at the card that is there. So you don't flip it face up, but I get to look at it at any time I would like as a free action. So it's kind of face up because this is a cooperative game.
Solo operative.
Yeah.
We'll see, again, as you play through the game,
there may be areas where I don't necessarily want you to do this to a thing.
In my case, and again, we all have Rush for my 2 abilities. I have Meat Provisions over on Fleishritter, where if I have no opening or break tokens in the pool, those are things that will help modulate our attack, then I can immediately add 1 and 1 to the night pool. So it basically ensures that there's always an opening and a break token in the pool. From there, we have Renholder. Renholder can spend this resource, I can't remember what it's called, to immediately refresh 1 card. Okay. So more cards coming back to me, which is important because Renholder has the largest hand.
Yep.
I am a natural leader. Whenever I perform a movement, another knight may move 1 space.
Nice.
Cool.
I've heard that you've been a very natural leader with all those stone people.
Yeah, very much
She's
so.
so in charge.
But my spear, which is my only weapon really, is unwieldy, which means I cannot take movement and then use it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin resolving. You want me to go ahead and start with my activation?
We start with them?
No, we always begin. So I'm already up top there, and I think I would like to go ahead and activate Little Sir's ability. So I'm going to move my dial up to 3, and I gain my movement and my attack. So moving my dial up to 3, I'm tossing Little Sir up onto the level 3 card, because in a little bit I would like to know what that is. And let's identify where people are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. Number 3 is going to be the big guy. So he's right here. I'm going to turn towards him. I'm going to move. Do I go for an attack
you
immediately?
Want to see who he is?
I kind of want to see who he is.
See who he is. Why don't you look?
He's going to be really, really hard.
I know, but then you'll see how hard he is, and you'll ignore him and go back to common sense.
He is a level 6, which means Fleishritter might be the person that needs to take him out. Yeah. And he's going to deal. That's a lot. That's a lot.
This would require 3 break tokens and still be 5.
And still be a 5. So he's there. I am going to leave him face up, even though it's technically against the rules of the game, because
it's enough going on.
We're a team here. I'm going to move my 4 steps, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I don't want to be pushed back. I'm just going to go 1, 2, immediately forward. I'm going to be attacking number 2, which is still a level 2 there. And the way that I actually resolve an attack, I'm going to designate a target and then designate the weapon I'm using. I'm using the Broken Sword. The Broken Sword is going to be rolling 1d10 from the top ability, looking for a 7 or better in order to wound this creature, because the mob has that base
You
value.
have +2 to that
I
modification.
have +2 to that modification, which means this is a 5 or better, and then I could spend cards or add modifiers if I want.
And you can start with an opening or break.
One of those modifiers could be an opening or break. I think I'm going to designate it as a break, because I want a better chance at actually wounding if I connect. Along with that, I also have one reroll. That could be a reroll on, I believe, this dice or on the next dice. Actually, I'm wrong about one of that.
I think it's the next one.
It's definitely not a reroll on one of the dice. I think it's not a reroll on the hit. I think it's only a reroll.
You're choosing a break?
Yep.
Choosing a break. So I'm going to go ahead and resolve this. A 6 will be a
+2, it's
successful
enough to hit
hit.
them.
Attack, reroll. Okay, so now what do I do?
4.
I now flip the card.
Not yet, right? You do abilities first before you flip.
So, yeah, so
And you have one already. So.
the pathway is as such. First ability window. If I wanted to activate a first ability window, so this would pop up. My first ability window will go down here to my tracker ability. So I'm level 2, so I could get a reroll, which I will activate just to give me a better chance of hitting. And then I'm going to go ahead and establish a...
Do you want another break? That'll turn all your chalices into hits.
I do want another break. Yeah, put another break up top there to give me a better chance of actually wounding. After that, we're going to draw this card and reveal it. So we have the Damned Sergeant. I need a 5 or better in order to successfully wound this creature. I'm going to do my power roll. Now the power roll is generated. I get 2 naturally based off the single hit.
Sure.
If this had been a more powerful weapon, and let's say I'd rolled 2 dice and both had been hits, that would be multiplied. So I would actually have 4.
You should have 4.
I'm saying this card here would be multiplied. I then am going to be adding in the power from my breastplate and adding in the power from my single unit. So I am rolling 4 dice. But there's an interesting escalation. The long and short of it is you do multiple strikes and condense it into one powerful attack. And this is what that is representing or resolving. That is not one powerful attack. I have a reroll.
3's plenty. What do you mean?
No, I need
5.
5. Oh, I missed that.
But I have 2 rerolls. I have a reroll from my ability sheet, my power sheet, and I have a reroll from my sword.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and activate both of those.
Boom.
That
Much better.
will be enough to destroy it. Now,
Do you get to leave a dice with him?
Well, let's see. So I am 4, 5, 6.
Yes, you do.
I will get to leave a dice. So I'm going to leave this for the next attacker, which is what the I believe what the character card says. There might be a comment down below telling me I'm wrong, but we'll see. Now, each one, based on what you do to it, will have a resolution. I wounded it. I then draw an AI for the closest mob. So, I am knocking this off. That is 1 point
We're gonna have to
towards...
cycle the AI deck.
Yeah, we'll do that in a second. So that's 1 point towards our success.
5.
But the closest mob is going to be... I can rule in this, I believe.
I recommend not the 3.
I'm going to go with the 1 there. Closest mob is going to do a Bony Embrace. Target closest engaged knight in range. So, engaged would technically be adjacent. I believe this still counts me because it's reacting to me wounding this creature. So he's going to move up, and he's going to attack me. He rolls... He doesn't actually have to roll to hit. I have to roll to defend. I have to roll 2 dice looking for an 8+ to successfully defend. Now, the nice thing is those break tokens aren't gone. Any opening tokens that were there as well also would not be gone, which means my success would also translate over here.
Well, the break tokens are only for turning
But
chalices.
if I'd placed opening tokens, I could have had a better defense by chance. So 8+, I actually get 1 of those. Oh, I wish I could modify that last one, but I can't. Each hit does 1 damage and Swarm of 1. Swarm is a modifier up there on the top track, Alex, if you want to read through it.
Swarm X. Attacks with the keyword do +X damage for each other mob adjacent to the attacker.
So it's not actually going to do any additional damage. I drop by 1. Now, why does that matter? Well, I'm at 8 health, which doesn't quite raise my heat limit, but might soon. We're almost done with my attack, don't worry, and then we'll move faster through this after that. So that is resolved. I successfully took out a mob, which means we've weakened the unit. But the unit doesn't stay weakened.
Correct.
We are going to take the top card of the discard.
And where's the 2s? Where's this?
They're underneath that stack, yeah.
Underneath here?
So the top number 1 is going to discard. A number 2 is going to spawn into here.
These are separated. Okay, perfect.
And this will shuffle all over again. So they're now slightly
Stronger.
more nefarious.
Okay.
Okay. From there, the last thing I need to do is going to be my cleanup. I'll regain my weapon. I could activate my powers and abilities if I wanted to in the second activation phase, which is at the very end. Those tokens are going to clear because they're not the type that actually last. And I'm going to be able to, well, if I had a card in my sink, I'd be able to regain it. This card's actually going to pass down, not into my sink. And this is going to go down by 2, meaning I have 2 additional heat to spend.
How did you get this?
I got that during the campaign itself, and 1 just now. Important thing about these cards, they want us to cooperate, meaning you could play your card on other players' turns. So keep that in mind. And with that, I'm going to be passing down to Fleishritter, I believe. Okay. I think we could go in any order, but I'm not sure.
Okay, Fleishritter in that case is going to go ahead and try to do some things. So Fleishritter is going to start moving 4. It's going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 over there, like so. And then from there, I will be using my rusted two-hander to try to do some things. So to begin with, if there are no opening or break tokens, I'm not at the attack part yet. So let's start with the abilities. Let's start with our attempt to hit. So I'm going to be rolling. No, I could do place 1 opening or break token in the night pool. This is right away, right when I attack. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I place an opening and a break token in the pool.
Both?
I believe
is it
so.
or?
Yep. It's a both.
Or.
It says and.
Oh, it says and. If there are neither of them. Okay. Cool.
Okay. That will allow me to go ahead and roll for my die over here. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this over here. Just one of these. Okay.
Yep. You're rolling
-1 modifier with a +1 modifier back, so it's basically next to nothing. And I have a 3, which is sadly not enough to hit it.
Now, do you have anything that might give you a reroll, like
Let's
a
go ahead
card
and check.
ability, for instance? Because your character is one of the.
I don't sadly. I do not sadly have anything that would allow me to reroll there.
Okay.
Yep.
Lame.
That is.
You can spend.
I do move this up 1.
Let me check the modifier here, because you can do something like spend heat to do a reroll, and I want to make sure which one it's on, because this is an important caveat. So when you're rolling 2 wound, priority target, no, target out, attack effects, armor roll. We're not rolling for armor. Sorry, this is part of the running of the game that is a prototype that no one has officially targeted you. Enemy attack. So we would be ahead of this. We would be slightly before. You would think I would know exactly where it is. I don't. You want to
context,
continue?
there's like 70 pages of rules.
There are. You want to continue, and I'll tell you if you could reroll that.
Well, as of right now, I mean, there's nothing else to do if I missed it. So I think that will be.
You could do your next player's turn, and if you can reroll it, let's go back and do that. I will find it.
So we'll go ahead and deal with Renholder. Renholder is going to. He had missed this. Oh, that would have been helpful. Okay, cool. Renholder. Let me see if anyone Renholder can play anything that helps me on his turn. Nope. Okay. So, Renholder is going to try to... The question is, do I join that mob or do I separate off to myself? We have a movement of 4, which means I think I'm going to try to hit that person who's right next to you. Try to help you out over there. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. And we're going to try to smack that guy from the rear. We're going to go ahead and...
You can re-roll your dice by gaining heat or using other abilities and effects provided attack re-rolls. So you could gain a heat right now to re-roll that attack.
So let's do that.
But you can only ever do it a maximum of once.
Okay, let's gain a heat and re-roll that attack.
And I did my attack.
Still do not matter.
I did my attack wrong.
Okay.
I remember how I said it was definitely one and not the other?
Yeah.
It was definitely this one and not the wound dice that you get to re-roll.
Okay. Well, in any case, I missed that. So I missed it again, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, so Renholder's going to go ahead and move up 4. And then we will go ahead and... Renholder is rolling for his attack, which will be the same exact problem. He's going to have to roll a 7 with no modifiers over here. So we're going to go ahead and roll.
Those clear off, sure.
And we have a 5. So miss again. I could spend heat again, which I'll do.
Yep, for another roll.
We got a 3.
A little bit worse.
Yep. So that's my
Make
turn.
sure you update by dropping your heat, regaining your cards, and Shira, it'll be your turn to activate.
I can't use my weapon, so when I move another... Do any of you want to move a space?
Couldn't you do a dash, though?
It spends my move. So it spends my move and it spends my activation.
But in doing so, it allows you to move and attack.
And melee, reach attack.
Yeah.
With auto break? Would that, even though it's unwieldy?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I would rush. I'm going to rush to him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then with that, I am rolling. Can I please have 4 red dice? Oh, no, not red dice. I need that die.
Okay.
Thank you. I have a +1 modifier, and I believe that is it. So I need a 6. Got it.
Great.
Nice.
All right. So I hit. What is the sequence now?
So you hit. Which one are you targeting?
This one.
Targeting number 4. So that's a level 1. You could use any of your abilities. You should have 1 power from this attack, which means you'll be able to activate your...
I gain a power when you get a successful attack?
Not when you get a successful, when you attack ever, period.
Okay.
So you'll be able to go ahead and start utilizing that, playing any cards, and then revealing that level 4 card, or that number 4 card.
I'm going to put in a break token, and then reveal that card for me. He has a health of 2.
I'm not finding the key term unwieldy.
Okay.
So it's kind of a gut check thing.
And then now can I please have 3 more red dice?
Yeah, 1 from your board, 1 from your armor.
2.
Yep, and 1 from your...
Is that... The 2 is... What's the 2?
Did you roll 2 dice for your hit?
No, I rolled 1 die for
Roll
my
1
hit.
more die.
Okay.
So that was a miss. So you are right, you'll get 3. But if you'd rolled an additional 1,
Okay.
you would have got 4 dice.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Okay. And then now I'm rolling these.
Solid.
Okay. I don't even need to use this break.
No, you're clean through, and you get to leave a dice for your neighbor.
Okay. Didn't someone leave a die for someone?
There was a 2 left over for
Yeah, but
Jesse.
it wasn't
clears on my
triggered
turn?
because it cleared on his...
Okay.
Yeah.
I will leave one of these with a chalice.
Okay.
For a friend for the next
If
one.
you successfully wounded it, reveal the leftmost unrevealed baddie. So, cycling down,
There we go.
leftmost would be this one. So we're going to know a little bit more information about that baddie down there, who has an armor of...
6.
6. It's a lot of armor, my friend. This one is gone.
Do I gain anything else for
This
hitting
one is
him?
gone. You don't. We just get one
Okay.
step closer. We need 3 more defeated in order to take out the mob. So, Alex, now
Yes.
we will draw the AI card
Yes, we will. Let's go ahead and draw an AR card.
for
Did you?
the first one.
Well, I took out one. Did you redo the AI deck?
Yes, for the first. Well, I do the video after.
do the second one now.
Yeah. Wait, what?
For the one Shira just took out.
I just took out. Oh.
Last time you drew the AR card first.
That was for the effect.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
The response.
So we put one in, we take
Take
second
one
one
out. Yep, and
Okay.
then shuffle it. And then draw what's ever on top. Trying not to shuffle so the number 2 is on top.
That's all. I was very good at that.
So this is going to be a slashing door. This is going to closest knight in front in range, and this is for number 1. Number 1
He's
is
right sandwiched between you guys.
sandwiched between us, so it could be either of us.
Okay.
You have a preference?
Your health is not much better than mine.
Let's
by
have
the
him
way.
target me because I've got let's have him target you
Sounds good.
because
I'm fine either way.
the big guy is right behind me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the big guy's attention. Actually, do you want to stand next to the big guy?
I
Just
can't
go
move
ahead.
anymore.
I'm saying the big guy's going to target one of us. Let's
Go
keep
ahead
going.
and
Okay. So move and attack. So this is the symbol that says if there is 3 or more heat on my board, it would gain +1 die.
Sure.
Which means 1 evasion die.
When do we refresh?
At the end of your turn. So whatever your refresh cycle is, you should be doing. I am going to be
So wouldn't
rolling.
you decrease all your heat?
I already did. I was at 3 and I only refreshed by 2.
Oh.
So I'm going to be rolling 3 dice to try to dodge his attacks. Need 7 pluses to this. That is going to be 1 dodge but 2 successful hits. For each 2 hits, roll another die, and for each hit does 1 damage. So I have 2 damage now. I have 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 coming straight on. After attack, gang up 3. Read the gang up ability. He's going to push me.
Okay, gang ability. Gang up. When triggered, turn towards the target. Move towards the closest other mob in front, pushing the target before you, X spaces along the shortest path, so 3.
Why are you moving?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't he moving? What's something?
Jesse moved himself.
Oh, sorry. Other way.
Stop when the target is adjacent to another mob.
Yep.
It should be there. Okay, target cannot be pushed to space occupied by the miniatures. If the target's already adjacent to a mob, okay.
But when I'm there, if I get the what is it? Gang up and
Yeah, a swarm.
Swarm would now have me
Yep.
take
They're
damage from
constantly
both.
trying to close around us.
It'd be really bad. So this moves off
Yep.
and into the discard pile, and now we rotate this cube down, and now we resolve an attack for baddie number 3.
Don't we put another level? No, wait, no. Wait.
No one came out.
Nope.
Oh, this one shouldn't have gone there. I'm sorry, that should have gone here. I took a card
Okay.
out and put it in the wrong place.
And baddie number 3, which is the big boss guy, is drawing an activation as well. Rusted Slash. Target closest knight in front in range is going to be me. Move and attack. I do not have 4+, so that'll be fine. I'm rolling 3 on a 9+, which is brutal. They all hit me. Each hit does 1 damage. 1, 2, 3. After hit, gang up 3. He is actually not going to move me because he's already where he would like me to be.
Okay.
So that pops over here. And now
Back to our turn.
continue the rotation.
Okay, I can try to take out the bad guy behind you.
I need health desperately.
So why don't I try to take out the one behind you as Renholder?
Okay.
Okay, also it's worth noting I played Renholder, not incorrectly, but I did not take advantage of his abilities because he actually had attack reroll.
Nice.
So he is opening and break 1. I'm going to go ahead and put an opening token into the pool there.
Opening token.
That one over there has what health?
That one. So this
It's
one has
6.
6 and this one has 6. They're both 6.
That is brutal.
I assume the boss though has a worse effect after damage.
Yeah. I think I'm actually going to put a break token in, Sheriff, if you want to switch it out.
Okay.
Okay, so break out instead of that. We're going to go ahead and do an attack. So we're going to try for an attack and see what happens. And that will be a 6. That will be...
Do you have any modifiers on that
No,
attack?
I don't have any
Your
modifiers.
sword. Doesn't your sword have a +2?
+2.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. I may have missed that last turn too. I was
Probably
focusing on his equipment and not his. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add 2. So that will be an attack, which means we now get to add our 4 dice. Sure, can I have 2 more reds? 1 for my armor, 1 for my character.
This
and
stays
those-
now-
well, this stays onto his attack because he's the next player.
That's true.
That's
So you
last
already
attack.
have a sword
Nice.
and a break.
Okay.
Now, one thing to keep in mind,
I bump
you
up my
bump
buff
up your
here.
power and
Yep.
you can use your abilities
Yes.
now.
Okay, so we have over here, that'll be, I get the cantrip over there, if you want to put a cantrip.
Cantrip pops in, which is the spiky snake thing.
I add a token. If you give me a black token, I'm going to use this to track my resource, so to speak. I think actually we have tokens up there, actually, never mind. If you can pass me the yellow little star token there.
This.
Yep. Okay. That'll be my token that I'll go ahead and add to my pool.
Nice.
I have reroll. I have 1 reroll. I can put an opening token into the pool and another cantrip.
Another cantrip.
Yep. And
Now,
And
I don't
an
believe your
opening?
Oh,
reroll.
and I'm supposed to be moving first.
I don't believe your reroll works with this.
This reroll?
I,
What else would it work with?
it would work. It would be your activation because you just did your target. You'd be able to use that reroll to reroll the attack you just tried to do.
Okay.
I will check, but
I'm gonna go ahead and roll in the meantime. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If I had enough break tokens, which I do not. So the question I
hand me
have.
the sheet,
Okay.
and I will be able to read reroll specifically. Sorry for the chaos.
And I will not be able to do enough damage to kill it. Okay. So I miss it, but I have.
If you have 4+, you can leave a die.
Okay, so I have a break token, which means I have 4+.
Wait,
So
which one were you attacking?
Okay.
You were attacking this one?
yes.
So dice rerolls. Let's read this real quick. Many effects will allow you to roll some of the dice again if you're not satisfied with the result. All of these effects are referred to as rerolls. During a single roll, each die can only be rerolled once. You must declare all dice you wish to reroll before you perform any of these rerolls. If multiple players perform their rolls at the same time, for example, when all knights perform a test, they must declare whether or not they want to reroll their dice before it performs. Heat rerolls. Gaining
Attack
heat.
rolls, evasion rolls, and tests.
Attack rolls, evasion rolls, and tests. You cannot reroll power rolls, armor rolls, and any other roll not listed
Which
above.
ones are these?
But it says using heat. I think that is not using heat. So I believe you get to reroll one of these dice.
What is that referred to?
That,
Power roll?
that is a power roll.
Power rolls cannot be used. Using heat, you cannot
Using
reroll power.
heat, you cannot.
Oh, gotcha.
But I believe you can
Using my ability.
with your ability.
So I'll go ahead and go with my ability.
Yep.
I'll roll for this. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is still not enough. There's not 2 break tokens, is there? There's only 1.
There's one break.
Is anyone able to put down break tokens? We don't have an action phase though, right? Like
You're out of the ability phase, aren't we?
yeah,
Yeah, I
But
don't.
if I'd done it previously, I could have.
you could have.
Yep.
Do you have a card that would allow you to, or no?
Nope, not
Okay.
unless I was doing it last time. Okay. So, it is what it is. It's fine.
It's not fine, Cinder.
However, he did do 4+, so he can leave one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll leave one of these in the pool, because that seems reasonable, and I'm also leaving you
When
cantrip
you revealed
tokens.
this, did you place 1 armor token on this mob?
I didn't. So, when you reveal, place 1 armor token on it. Okay.
Looks like these are armor.
Okay.
I'm not sure what armor does. I'll have to check that. Fail. Gang up 4. Draw AI for the closest mob. So, he's now going to turn towards you, and he's going to push you until you're even with him. Because he can push you back 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's correct.
Yep.
And you're now going to draw AI for the closest mob.
Okay.
So the closest mob would be number 8 over there. So you're going to draw AI for.
Drawing this card?
Yep.
Okay. Target. Closest engaged knight in sight. Closest knight in sight. Move and attack. 3+. Okay. You want to help me with this one? Okay.
Yeah. So he is going to I believe he targets you. I think you have priority when you attack.
Yep.
But either way, he is going to spin around. Closest engaged knight, meaning closest knight engaged with another enemy. Do you have heat at the moment? You do not,
no,
so that modifier is not going to matter. You're rolling to evade. So you're going to be rolling 3 dice looking for a 9+ to dodge. 1, 6, and a 5. If you wanted to dodge one of them, you could spend heat.
No, it's fine.
You will refresh heat at the end of this.
Spend heat to what? Just re-roll?
You gain heat to re-roll those dice. Evasion dice are some of the things you could spend.
So I could just roll for 1.
Yep.
So it's a hopeful.
It's a hopeful, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, you could do that for each one of your dice, by the way.
Okay. I'll do 2 because I refreshed 2.
Okay. There you are. So you actually do miss one, which is good. Each hit does 1 damage and swarm 2.
Okay. So 2 damage I lose, and swarm will be attacks with keyword, do +1 for each of the mob adjacent. So 2 more damage.
So 2 more damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So that actually was a lot of damage you just saved. If no other knight is in zone 2, escalate the lowest unrevealed mob. So if no other knight is in zone 2, I'm not sure what zone 2
I'm assuming it's the
is.
row.
No other knight in zone 2.
Or the 2 down. This 2. Zone 2.
Okay. So we are going to be escalating the lowest unrevealed mob. So the way this works, this mob here, this is the AI deck.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this came from. This was like here. The lowest unrevealed will be this 1. This 1 is going to come off without looking at it, and you're going to place a 2 out there in its stead. A mob just leveled up.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, annoying. So that pops in there, and I will go ahead and check what was the condition that I wanted to check in this process.
I don't know.
Okay. I wanted to check the armor. And Shira or Sender, you could go ahead and
Sure, if
continue.
you want to go, I'll go Fleishritter after you.
So I don't have any really great moves. When you're counting range, how does it work? How far away is he from me right now?
He is currently 3 away from
So
me.
you need to clear that pool over there, so the cantrips turn into break tokens,
These turn into breaks.
and the rest clears.
1, 2, and then this clears. Thank you. No one else is really. Move with +1 melee and auto break. You must move at least 3 spaces and reach your target via the shortest possible path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna target this guy.
Oh, and then I need to clear my cards.
Oh, I don't have to move in a straight line. So I'm doing my rush move with +1 and melee reach attack with an auto break. I don't know if I did the auto break one last time.
Cool.
What's the auto break again?
Auto break is going to give you a immediate 1
Conversion of those.
Conversion, yeah.
Okay, I'm moving 4 and I'm targeting him
Nice.
with my reach 2, opening 2. So 2 openings. And then I am going to target him. So I
Go ahead and
roll
roll.
2 dice. Can I have another D10? And I have a +1 modifier.
So a 6+ will get a connection.
1.
Ooh, so close. Do you have any modifiers? You have an opening token, so that'll actually be 2 successes, which is going to be 2 red dice,
Okay.
plus the modifiers on your board, which is going to be 1 for your shield, or 1 for your armor, and 1 for your knight. So 4 red dice total, and now you could use any abilities that you have available.
And this dice left over from last time.
And this ticks up 1 because I made an attack.
It does.
So this gives me a reroll, and I am going to take a break token, I believe,
Okay.
from here.
Okay. So now we're going to be revealing number 7, 5, 6, 7, which is a level 1. You're looking for a 2 or plus. I think she has this. That will be a murdered puppy.
What do you do? Leave it?
Only problem is wound, reveal the leftmost. Oh, it's not bad. Reveal the leftmost unrevealed card.
Okay.
And we only need to defeat 2 more now in order to take it out,
And I get to leave one, so I will leave this for whoever hasn't gone.
or the big bad boss. Have all of our characters gone? I believe they have at this point.
No,
No.
Fleishritter's not gone.
Oh, Fleishritter.
And then all of this
Did
clears.
you escalate?
I have not. So one will come out and swap with a 2.
Well, there's only 2s left, which means it's not good.
Fleishritter does not have the movement. I wonder
To do what?
to attack the big guy.
You specifically want to attack the
If
guy?
we took down the big guy now, this scenario would be over.
Oh, that's fair, but that's not 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not.
Oh, when I move, when I perform a move. Oh, I didn't perform a move. I rushed. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I could gain 2 heat to move a space.
I can gain 1 heat to make
Okay.
another knight move 1 space as well.
Okay.
You could gain the heat because I might use it for my attack then.
Yeah, go ahead and do that as
Is
your...
1 space helpful enough for you?
Absolutely.
That's exactly what I need.
Okay, so I am going to put this. This goes into my sink.
Yep.
After my sink, this ticks down. Like after my turn, I refresh all my heat. This I now can pull out of my sink, and
Well-
then this is gonna go here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So gain 1 heat.
I don't think you pull it out immediately.
Okay.
I think it's in your... I think your second activation window is after you actually pull cards
Okay.
back from your refresh.
Gain 1 heat to make another knight move 1 space. You have 1 extra.
Okay.
So clearing a night pool, your second ability window is just as a support for other players.
Okay.
So if you can first of all go ahead and put an opening and a break token into the pool. I'm going to move 5, going over there. If you can move me the 4 more now. Now I got the move. I will go ahead and use my rusted two-handed blade again to
Okay.
hopefully have it hit this time. It's a -1 modifier, which means I basically need a 7+ with a reroll on heat. So
Negative 1 modifier.
yeah, I know, but I have a +1 from the
Oh,
opening.
for the record, we should have always been rolling it one of this die at least
Yeah.
once because it's a crit chance.
Yep.
We haven't been doing that.
I don't think it matters unless you're rolling more than 1.
It matters because it's the only die that potentially could give us a crit.
These don't have a 0 on them?
No, they all do, but only the white die as a 0 gives you a crit chance.
I'm saying you can always pretend it's 0 unless you're
That's
rolling
right,
more than 1 die. 0. Speaking of which.
Speaking of...
Okay, cool. So that will be helpful. That's going to go ahead. I'm going to get this die over here. I'm going to get 3 reds. If that's
Oh
me.
my gosh, that's awesome.
You also have the saved red over here.
Yes, helpful. Let's do that to the side nicely.
Make sure you tick up your power 1 as
yes,
well.
thank you. That's going to be my
And-
3rd attack over there, which means I get to activate my 3 abilities. I will add, I think I'm going to go ahead and add 3 break tokens and a reroll to the pool.
Amazing.
Okay.
Reroll.
Well, there's the reroll, just not to the pool. It's just
Okay.
that I would have. And
An
the
ability.
crit does what again?
The crit. So, there is a critical chance on here. Lower curse by 1 if you take him out with a crit.
Oh, cool.
So-
Okay. Well, I'm about to roll these over here. If there are no opening break tokens, let me just make sure before I do anything, let me look through all my cards, make sure I maximize my ability here. Spend 1 to gain 3 heat. That doesn't really help me over here. Gain heat when you're about to perform a movement. Oh, that would be funny. I had run. Gain heat to move more. Okay. So none of those really help me in this case. They
Cool.
all manipulate movement, but hopefully this is enough. And I need 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a 6.
6.
Without
It
even needing any
absolutely
crits.
freaking is. Okay, so that is the big bad boss down.
Cool.
That is the resolution to the mob
Cutting counts as
encounter.
2. That's 5 total.
That is 5 total. So we've successfully taken them out. Do you have the mob setup sheet, or did I toss it
I have it over here.
down or around me? So, aftermath is going to be as follows. For each wound your party receives the following resources. If we did battle pressure 3 or doubled wound. I don't know what that means. We gain gold.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what it's related to. Baddie point, Baddie 2, Baddie 3. I think we gain gold based off of
Okay.
what type of baddies we actually defeated. Resolve rest. Rest basically lets us reset our board, redraw cards, get prepared for the next session,
Yeah.
the next exploration. Prepare the boss clash. From now on, you can trigger a boss clash on kingdom cards with the boss symbol. So we're going after our personal story, but we also want to fight the Egg Knight, which is what this is saying. We'd place the Egg Knight on the sheet as designated and go ahead and dive into the boss battle. Resume your delve using the second exploration deck. Your goal now is to find a kingdom card with the boss and defeat it, trying to finish your knight objectives in the process. So, yeah, dive back into the delve. Let's see what happens.
Sounds good.
See if we can trigger another story or 2 from each of us, and then fight the big boss. And that'll be all of the
Do
content.
you want to do a magic clap, or are you just going to do it naturally?
I think this one's easy enough to just
Okay.
kind of set stuff off to the side and see what happens. Because what we're doing, if you'll grab those exploration cards, I'm going to shuffle tokens. And what we need is we need this
Well,
card.
remember, we're trapped right now.
Yeah, with all of our
We know.
Panzer gates.
We know.
Okay. And Sender, in honor of you going first, you're welcome to continue the exploration if you would like.
Sure.
We have the exploration cards. These are the ones we have not resolved here. And we have a total of, I think, 9 of them we could potentially go through, but we don't need to go through them all as long as we find our
Now,
story.
you said there's always one that lets you destroy the Panzer Gate? Because I don't have that.
Your dented breastplate. Oh, not your dented breastplate. Sorry.
So,
There should be
in
one.
the delve,
A coordinate.
there should be...
I don't believe I have one.
There should definitely be one. Shira, do you have one?
Yep,
We'll
I have
spend
one.
yours, so we
Okay.
don't have to hunt for ours.
So I'm losing 2 health to. I could either lose 2 health or discard this card. I'm not discarding the card to remove 1 Panzer Gate.
Okay.
I had a lot of health.
So
Do
the
we
question
reset?
is...
Did everyone reset their health at that point? Like during the rest phase?
I will check the rest phase stats. I don't believe you reset your health, but I will take a look
Okay.
at it. You might very
You
well.
just said resting
So-
stuff.
So, Sender, if you want to go ahead and decide which direction you want to head out on.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see what we have in terms of... Because we're going to get... What's it called in this case? Is that blue to the left?
That is boots.
Let's go ahead and go blue.
Yep.
Blue. Okay, let's go ahead and head out.
A large, please.
That's going to increase our threat by 2.
Yep. All right. Is this supposed to be on here?
Yes.
Okay. Guard barracks, north. This is still gated.
Yep.
This gate came off. I'm going to put this here.
Move those cards. Oh.
Did everyone? All right.
Alright, everyone who gets blue, go ahead and take a blue.
Nice.
Do not need blue. Sender,
Which
that will
does-
trigger
yeah.
a story for you.
Yep. If you want to grab that up.
Yep. And it would trigger a story for your other guy too, but you could engage
No,
with
it would not because he needs the red.
Ah, gotcha.
Yep.
So we're looking for
Renholder.
no Fleishritter, right?
No, Renholder.
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 Renholder. Here's your Renholder Nightbook, and at the bottom of that is going to be what story you trigger.
Okay. Chapter 1. Immediately see 001. The squad... Oh, Renholder, we weren't really going into a story that much.
Yeah, you don't
Go
need to
the
read
story.
it,
Yes,
but
okay.
skip towards the last
Okay.
sentence.
Refrain from using your magic. Okay, as you choose, I will choose that. Use your magic actually more thorough, but also more visible search of the homestead. Gain 1 edge. So I get an edge. Then we go to there. What just happened? One of your companions asks concerned to help you up. This should happen. You think you say, I've announced us. Active time event. Fleishritter may lose a vigor or discard a Fleisch token. If he does, see 13 only in the full game. Gain 1 despair, lose X vigor or X number of mystic clues in your night, raise the threat level by 1, or gain the fear condition card. Let's go ahead and raise the threat level by 1.
Ooh, Sender.
Which means you have to go smalls.
Well, yeah, but we need to go to a big to fight the big guy.
We're on a large. We're on a large.
I mean, this large doesn't have a...
Doesn't have...
a-
fine,
a-
I'll take
a
a fear.
crypt.
I'll take a fear. Give me a
Oh
fear
my
condition
gosh,
card.
it's going to be the condition cards right there. Now, here's going to be the
Okay.
fun thing, Shira, because I
That's it.
found Rest here.
Here we go.
Guess what Rest does? Rest is going to reset your passion, so drop your passion to 0. It's going to
Okay.
reset your heat, so set your heat to 0. It does not reset your vigor,
Okay.
meaning your passion's gone, but your vigor's still there.
Seems about right.
For example, okay, and then clean up. Return all of your ability cards from your sync, delay, and discard pile to your hand. Discard all conditions if you have any. Discard all tokens from your night sheet. Unexhaust all gear cards, and then reset any of your abilities and adjust your heat limit based off of your current Mortis level on the heat deck. So I am currently down at 2 health, which is a limit of 6 potential heat.
Yep.
I'm going to need a lot of help at some point.
I have a limit of 7 heat, which is very, very nice.
This fight with the Egg Knight's going to go
I have
like
a limit
that.
of 4.
Okay, so you move forward. We've progressed. We need your story arc.
Okay. Stone Curse. Remove the top cards from X Kingdom decks, where X is the curse level, starting from the smallest. So, we move a card from the deck. That's it. Oh, 5. We remove 2 tar cards from each Kingdom deck instead.
Okay.
Okay.
And if we could run out of small, which
Yes.
narrows the
Come
pathway
on,
we could
do
go
the
for.
discard pile?
You just acted with Fleishritter,
Yes.
so act with Renholder now. We have an option
we
to
were
go
going-
south for nothing.
You can go west
No,
for
I
an
activated
extra large.
Renholder. Other way around. I activated Renholder, now I'm doing Fleishritter.
Okay, great.
Okay.
This is an extra large.
Extra large will move us up 3 threat. Don't we die if that happens?
It does, yeah.
So
we
how
need to
many
go
go down
small
small?
first. So small with nothing.
Yep.
Down. Could be a dead end. This is not a dead end. It'll drop down into a medium if we pass there. And this is going to gain you nothing but lose us 1 threat, which is decent. And we might have some delve cards that control threat as well, by the way. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I could lower threat level by 1 by gaining a curse. Do you want me to play that and then have you go over to the side, or continue moving where we
I'm
are?
going to use Night Roll, by the way, during the rest phase to gain 4 health.
Ooh, nice. I don't have that.
Before we end this phase, I have one that we can raise the threat level by 1 to collectively gain up to 5 vigor among the party members.
We need that. We need that.
I just figured I'd point it out.
So what
I
if
don't
you
really
do that?
have
What if you
anything
do
that-
that and I do this? I do inspire, you do that, and our threat stays equal. Our threat stays neutral, but we immediately gain
5 health.
5 health.
This just goes to my sink right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
mine pops over into my sink as well.
So take 5 health, you two, because I
I'm,
have.
I'm at max.
Okay,
And
I
make
have
sure you resolve your heat limit accordingly. Like mine drops from 6 to
Yep.
4. Okay, so Shira, your option is to backtrack, which doesn't gain us any additional threat.
8. Yes, but we can't take 3 right now.
We can't take 3. I want to see if I have any more that controls it, possibly. No.
I can rest with this, but I'd have to discard it. Gain 2 to lower the threat level, or curse by 1. Is it worth it?
The question
I
is,
have nothing
do
lowest
we
up.
want to go for the hunt, or do we step down onto a medium card? A medium card has a chance of having an encounter on it.
Okay.
Let's go for the hunt. I'm gonna put this into my, this rest, lower the threat level by 1.
Okay? So, you're going to backtrack up here, which does still trigger a story event, but does not trigger any other consequences.
Resolve a kingdom adventure. Kara, which is me, is the party leader for this adventure and gains +1 to all tests and rolls for its duration, and may test or roll for any and all other knights if she so wishes. She incurs all penalty and rewards of those
Okay,
tests.
you have the Kingdom book. I'll hand it over to Sender.
Yep.
Since reading it is half of the joy.
There you go.
Miss Yosenda.
What was the number?
She's
Oh,
going to be
roll
rolling. White is the high.
Yep.
97.
So high. 85.
And they usually have a little bit of a range.
Yep. 97. Alloy Chivalry. You cross the treacherous path of ruined noble houses and arrive at what looks like the remains of a Hastelud square. Here, knights from all over the Principality and beyond test themselves in martial combat and other games of skill and strength. Of course, in the last years of the kingdom, the victory law went to the one with the best armor. Such was the way of Alloy Chivalry. A giant armored figure emerges from among the rubble of stone and steel, an enormous 2-handed anvil hammer over their board shoulder. They look up to you, as if issuing a challenge. Each knight tests courage, 9+. As a group, you may raise the threat level by 1 to add +2 to each test.
I have +1 to all tests and rolls.
As a group, you may maintain curse level to add 2 to each test. I recommend we take a gain a curse to add 2 to each
Let's
test.
do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
And then
Are we all rolling, or are you rolling for some of us?
No,
My
it's all
courage
roll.
is only 1. What is your courage?
0.
1 and 1.
So then I might as well roll for everyone because I at least have another
You
base
can roll for all of
courage.
us? What do you mean?
She can,
I
yeah,
can.
but she gets the penalties for all of us if she
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
accomplish
cool.
it.
Okay.
So I have +4 basically to my roll.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4 from taking that courage.
I hate to break it to you, rolling a 3, unfortunately.
Why?
Just
Just because that's how the math works. But you can also spend heat to reroll.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I will be rolling for myself first.
Oh, I was wrong.
you could spend heat to reroll.
I'm gonna spend 1 heat.
No, you're taking the penalties for all these, so you could roll all the dice together, technically. That is a success.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
1 success.
Yep. Roll again. 2 successes. Ooh, spend your heat. 3 successes coming up right now. There we
3
are.
successes?
And 4 successes.
We don't need it. 3 to 4
Okay.
successes. You
Good.
resist the urge to run away and endure the vast weight of the giant knight's presence. A few moments pass, though for you it seems like an eternity. Finally, the giant knight nods, almost imperceptibly, and leaves the way they came. One knight gains +1 martial clue. The last knight to gain a success gains the Saint Urbain Vow of Honor card.
So it's going to be you.
Yep. And
So-
which color is the martial clue?
Martial clue is going to be your red color,
Okay.
which is one of the colors you actually need. Saint Urban. So I read over this a few times. I would have to reference it again. Basically, saints are going to be special powers. They're blessings that are bestowed on us because Knights of Valor have saints that bless them. So Vow of Honor. When you take this, you could either take this as a ability that's like face up that you could utilize, which has True Strike of Saint Urbane. When you hit, but before you reveal the baddie point, spend this Saint card to gain a crit chance, because you'll have 2 leaves on it, you'll have 2 feathers on it, and it'll give you extra movement, extra foresight, and extra die. Or you could have the Vow of Honor. If you take the Vow of Honor, you'd immediately get a buff. During your attack, you could reroll all of your hit dice. During your attack, you could reroll. So this is a buff to that type of track.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can choose which side you want to activate there. It's a cool idea, and the Saints add a whole nother level, but we only have 1 to play with at the moment.
Yep. I think I will take the Saint
Okay,
Urbane.
so grab 2 feathers to place on there, and at any point you could spend those feathers to activate. And we're going to step over. So she reduced this by 1.
Yeah.
And then we're going to step over to the large card. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if anyone needs a green, they could gain the green. Sadly, that puts me close.
Oh,
but
I do actually get a green. I have 1 more green that was off to the side, but...
You don't trigger your thing still, do you?
Nope.
Okay. You sure?
Yep. This one I triggered. This one does not.
Oh, okay. So we're moving over. This is going to be one of our giant cards, the Royal Plaza. Now, these large cards are guaranteed to have a few things. This has a blue and a red, so anyone that needs blue and red would gain it now.
Which does trigger his
It's kind of sad because you're so close to the end of your story. We're all very close to the end of our story.
I need more yellows.
Do you want to go ahead and read your resolution?
Fleishritter.
Find a little bit more about your beefy man of consumption. And then I think that'll be the last story before we do the boss battle with our Eggman, which I'm excited about because I haven't actually done the...
You went too far.
Oh, we did? Right there. Okay. So on a story paragraph...
C002.
C002. There you are, my friend.
Okay, actually that's not entirely correct. Wait, no, what? Story paragraphs. Where are we? After you gain C001.
Oh, okay.
You and your companions traverse the desolate wastes of the Principality of Stone. Tall buildings jut from the horizon at different angles, like pickled old bones of some ancient beast. He's always thinking about food. You've been on the trail of this strange prey, this being that oozes the egg-like fluid for some time now. And every time you think you are making progress, another dead end presents itself, but you will not be deterred, for the heart of a slayer burns bright, like the formidable ceramic ovens of High Newburgh. Those were said to incarcerate even dragon bones, incinerate even dragon bones. You can also taste your victory, a most glorious, mouth-watering taste. As you ascend a low hillock of rubble, your booted foot suddenly punches through the dry, dusty earth. More and more debris cracks and crumbles around you, shifting like quicksand, and you find yourself tumbling down a long passage, broad enough to easily accommodate a man of reasonable size, so your companions pass smoothly, whereas you struggle a bit. Clouds of dust and dirt fill the air as you land with an undignified thump on the floor of a large cavern made from 2 tenement houses leaning against each other like old lovers. We have fallen into a sinkhole, you announce to nobody's surprise. You want to announce more, but instead you cough and splutter, dispelling the foul-tasting dust from your mouth. Once on your feet, you look about only to discover the strangest of sights. The walls of this urban cavern are loaded in what look to be an enormous honeycomb structure, dozens upon dozens of large 7-sided cells lining the tenement house's walls, almost like armor plates, and each one, around its shape, gleams a sickly, translucent gray-white. For a second, you imagine you can see into the smooth shapes, their contents gleaming as shimmering yellow. Do not worry, friends, you put your companions at ease. In this urban passage, we are the apex predator. You lean in closest to the nearest cell, eyes squinting in the gloom. Is that a piece of metal you can see swimming in the yellow contents? As soon as you think of it, the dark shape stirs and moves towards you. Foes, you exclaim, backing away and drawing you up in. There's a faint cracking sound, and a dozen spindly yet oddly human arms thrust their way through a cell's outer wall, dripping with yellow ooze from within. The arms grasp the edge of the waxy structure that hold it, and the egg-shaped metallic thing scuttles free. You've got to be kidding me. Another of your united arms murmurs as your troop tightens your ranks. There's a chorus of similar squeaking, almost jolly sounds, and a dozen more of these tiny egg creatures, these egglings, scuttle forth and begin to surround your troop. With a tight-lipped, grim expression, you reply, I do not kid. Each knight must test fury or cunning. You may gain a heat to add +2 to your test.
Okay, well, I'm going to gain a heat.
I'm testing fury because I have 2.
Cunning is going to stick me at a value of 9.
I'm going to gain heat as well. Okay. I got 6, unfortunately.
I get a 7.
Okay. And over here, I'm going to spend this and do Fury, I guess, because that's what I have there. And 8, so 3. So failed on both. Personal test failure. One of the eggs managed to top you, the jagged edge of his armor shell cutting flesh with surprising ease. Okay, so everyone who failed the test loses a vigor. And you both passed?
I passed.
What do you need to pass?
Yeah, 8.
No, I had 7.
One success. The egglings surround your troop in overwhelming numbers, and the ensuing battle for your lives proves quite harrowing. The egglings swarm towards you, a tide of slithering metallic shells and writhing pale limbs. Wherever those limbs find exposed flesh, they scour and scrape, drawing blood. The yellow ooze that drips from their fractured shells burns at your muscles painfully. Eventually, you drive them off, the tiny round shapes of the shells rapidly vanishing in the darkness. You are not able to catch even one for a closer look. What if these beasts have something to do with the larger quarry you're tracking? That'd make sense, wouldn't it? Metal eggs. Foul. What is it with this kingdom? You bellow frustratingly. By the time you emerge above ground, dusk has already fallen, and it will soon be time to make camp. Each knight loses 2 vigor.
Again?
Yes.
Ouch. So, is that it?
You gain 1 despair. You gain 1 despair, discard 1 exploration card, return to the delve.
Okay. So,
Discard an exploration card, but we still have to
Well,
do
we
one.
we got to resolve one for you. Now, one thing I actually realized
Yes.
that I forgot from the initial fight that we were doing, because I was trying to run everything.
Yeah.
Every time we take damage, we are
Yes.
supposed to be drawing these mortis cards.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and for fun, just for fun,
funsies?
let's everyone just take one and figure out what these actually do.
Okay.
So,
I mean, these aren't relevant necessarily now.
Subdue. Place 1 random card from your hand into your sink area.
so you'd cycle a card in. I would gain the distracted condition.
Mine had an in-game strategic effect.
Okay. And then, but we'll try to remember these.
Yep.
Basically, these cards relate to how much damage we've taken, and there's positives and negatives based on what's happening.
Sure.
I just forgot about that part of the game for a bit. We are here. We have one more encounter we need to resolve before we can fight the Egg Knight.
Okay. Exploration. Place the party marker on the closest unused point of interest, which is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Random knight petrifies a gear slot.
Okay. Well, random could be anyone, so we'll do
2, 4, 6, 8.
7 sets it
8.
there.
Okay.
6, 7 would be this.
No, so you said 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 here.
4, 6, 8.
Technically 9, 10 wouldn't have existed, but we did that. This is 8.
Roll again.
No, 2, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll have to petrify a gear slot,
Yep.
What does that mean?
and you lose a card.
Okay.
Lose a gear.
I haven't used this last turn. I'll get rid of that.
Okay. Now, here's the interesting thing. At the moment, we still have 6 delve cards.
Yep.
So let's say Sender wanted to be a jerk to the party and really cared about his personal quest. Because he is in charge of movement now, he could say, I understand we need to fight this, but I just want to go to a small location one time. One time, get the blue
Well,
token.
it's not a small location. It's
You know
a
what I
large,
mean? Like,
but
I just
yeah.
want to go get the blue token real quick, and then we'll go back. He could try to accomplish his personal best. Because this isn't a large campaign game, you're not highly invested in your character, let's go ahead and
Excuse
agree
me. Have you not heard my story?
to fight the Egg Knight
Yep.
and not see the end of your story?
I mean, I'm fine with it, but don't tell me I'm not highly invested in my character.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, we're going to do another quick cut, and we will spawn the Egg Knight. All right, we have set up the Egg Knight. We need to read through a few conditions and
Yep.
caveats
Yep.
with the full recognition that, I mean, you've seen me, you've seen me check the rulebook and be trying to run this game and keep all the pieces together and still running into, the Mortis cards. I just missed those.
There's a lot going on.
We're going to play with them. If there was any way for me to have done this without having the rulebook in front of me, we would have. There was no way. Egg Knight. Egg Knight, we're going to be fighting at level 1. Not level 0, which is interesting because apparently there's a level 0 possible. I think that's the debuff if you want an easier fight, if I remember from the rulebook. 7+ to hit, 5 movement, 10 total health.
Okay.
Now, how do we actually deal damage to it? We deal damage based on the battle pressure deck over here, the body part deck. The way that deck scales is, I believe, the higher value cards will start being worth more damage. So, traits. We have Panzerion, Humpty Charge, and Counter. For the Panzerion, when you attack, lower your total power by the number of armor tokens in the corresponding level. So level 1 will start gaining armor tokens, it sounds like. Whenever the Egg Knight loses an armor token, place a column tile on the battle board in the space designated by the coordinates on the back of the armor token. Okay, so he's going to be gaining armor tokens, we're going to be hitting them off, and columns will be spawning around the board. Columns we can run into, he can break them. We get damage if we get smashed into them, basically. Level 2 doesn't matter, and the other condition is going to be over here. So, he has, like I said, Panzerion, Humpty Charge, and Counter. So, the other things we need to be aware of. Blind spot. Some bosses in Kingdom Forlorn have a blind spot, a flaw that you can exploit to better predict their behavior. Spaces in the blind spot are never in the enemy's line of sight. Be wary, though, it does not mean that they will never attack knights hidden in the blind spot, only that their chance of becoming targets is significantly smaller. For the Egg Knight, the blind spot is in his rear double spaces.
Okay.
Straight as Kingdom Death.
Yep.
Humpty Charge keyword. Humpty Charge is a keyword unique to Egg Knight. See the traits description on the enemy sheet. It causes the Egg Knight to move in a straight line a number of spaces up to its total movement, trampling everything in its path. Try to use it to your advantage. Position your knight carefully to steer the Egg Knight into obstacles or board edges, and utilize knight roll abilities that allow you to stand up to avoid that consequence. So knight roll could be a card that we play to just dodge out of the way.
Did
Is
you
knight
miss
roll
the
over
setup?
there? I did. Yeah. What is the initial
Shuffle
setup?
the armor tokens face down. Place 1 and 1, 2 and 2, and 3 and 3.
Okay. Shira, you have the armor tokens over there, I believe.
What are they?
They're the ones that are going to have the numbers on the back. If you pass those over to Alex, he'll go
These?
ahead and set that up.
There you go.
Okay. Armor token errata. When playing additional common tiles on the Panzerin trait, find the coordinates of the armor token in the table below. Okay, so we have a table that actually corresponds, and then we have a clash outcome. So I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like I have some of his conditions.
Is it counter?
Humpty Charge and counter. Okay.
Counter might be a standard.
It could be. We're just going to move forward because I don't know.
Sounds good.
I don't know what those
When
are.
you attack, roll something.
It could also be cards that trigger that specifically.
Okay.
Some cards might have the higher level abilities, and we have to make a note that he does not have jacked or hard-boiled traits yet. Oh, you know what? It might be. No, these are
That is hard-boiled.
hard-boiled. Where is it?
Hard-boiled.
Ooh, I didn't even read it. So he doesn't have hard-boiled, and he doesn't have sword cut at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so these are two condition cards. So we'll set those over. Okay, I think we're ready to try to fight the Egg Knight. You have the escalation chart, right?
Do I?
Over there next to you, the thing that tells us how when we do damage,
Yep.
how we actually resolve that. All right, let's move
Do
forward.
we reset anything in between? We turn over all our cards.
Yeah, we get our cards to fight, and that is it. So,
We don't reset our heat.
Sender, would you like to take out your fury on the Egg Knight first?
I would absolutely like to take my fury out of the Ignite.
Okay.
So, he's standing over there. I want to be in his blind spot because he can do that, and he's going to be reacting accordingly, and we have to just try to hit him. We're going to be flipping that card over and looking at the side. So I think I will go ahead and start. This should be at 0. This should not be over there. No, it should. It should.
Should be all ticked up, yeah.
I bumped it up. Okay.
The heat does not... We don't reset it?
Nope.
So I'm going to go ahead and add a break token and an opening token to the pool.
Break and opening.
We're going to go ahead and roll for this. It's going to be hoping
Are
for
you stepping to his blind spot?
Stepping to his blind spot. Yep.
Okay.
Now we need a 7+ to hit, so hoping for a 7 here. And I have a 4, which means I'm going to be ticking this down to get a reroll in there because I don't have
Ticking
anything
it up,
else.
you
Ticking
mean?
it up 1. That's correct. Thank you, sure. Ticking it up 1 to get a reroll. And I have a 5, which unfortunately means I do not get anything.
You don't
there.
have any...
Nope.
What weapon were you using?
The rusted 2-handy. It's the only one I
Okay.
have. So that means unfortunately I miss over there. So, okay.
And do you only get your buff if you made a successful attack? Or do
No,
you
you get-
every attack?
You always get your buff.
Yeah.
Okay.
You always get your buff.
So that was his turn. Someone else want to go?
Sure, if you want to take your action.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what these armor tokens do.
So, my problem is that I cannot move there. Because then I can't use my weapon.
Okay, you don't have a way to move 3? No, you have to do the shortest, most
I have to
convenient
do the
space.
shortest, most convenient.
But you have reach. You can reach from where you are.
Oh. Too true. Reach 2, opening 2. So I am going, these clear out after. I am going to put in 2 opening. I am rolling 2 dice. I have +1. He hits on 7, you said?
Yeah, hits a 7.
So I need a 6 at least. And then this gives me a movement, 2 eyes, and one of those dies, and I can get another crit
Now,
opportunity.
before you go, Jessica, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
No, that would clear at the end of the round, right?
It would clear at the end of your round.
Yeah,
You could do it as your end round, though, that wouldn't clear.
So then I'll give her another opening token.
Yeah.
Because I can do that.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, opening tokens modify. Which one do the opening ones modify?
Opening ones are going to modify your top
Your initial
roll.
roll.
Yeah.
This one?
Yep.
Cool. So I need 6s. I got 1.
Yep.
3 modifications is not going to help that. Okay.
But you could spend a heat to reroll it.
Max. Okay. 1 heat.
And that can
6.
be modified.
Yep. Okay. So these, I spent. Oh, I needed 6s anyway, so I don't need to spend any of them. 2 hits.
You needed 7, what do you mean?
I have a +1 here.
Oh, gotcha. Perfect. Okay.
I have a +1. Always. So I am rolling. This gives me an extra die. So this is 2 dice, 3, 4. Can I please have 3 more red dice? And what am I rolling against?
You're going to be flipping the card. So it has to be flip the card now, right? After you're done with your abilities, you're going to flip the card.
Jesse?
After you're done with your abilities, you go ahead and flip the card to see where you're actually going to be targeting. Yes.
Okay. So can you flip?
Okay.
I added a break token into there with my ability.
4. You need a 4, and if you fail, you'll be knocked down. Critical, you may just tap a weapon and perform a bonus attack. Ooh, fun.
Okay.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum. Yeah, you're 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 1 break token
You don't
in
even
here.
need it.
Okay.
Okay, great. So that's going to be a body part. Jesse?
Okay. You successfully taken out a body part.
Critical would be if you hit a 0 on that white.
Does it have a condition?
There's no success condition.
There's no success condition.
But she could leave
Awesome.
that 2 behind.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So go ahead and read the body part escalation now.
Body part escalation.
And the
shuffle
AI.
a body part card 2 from the escalation deck into the body part deck. So drawing one of these.
So
into the
that's
body
how
part.
we end up doing
Wait,
10
this is not the
damage.
body part. Where's the body part?
Body part is going to be the blue cards.
Where are those?
So they'll probably be underneath.
Which one? Oh, they're just underneath there, you're saying?
No, those are the body part cards.
There we
They're
go.
they're just colored.
No, this is T.
Oh,
That's
then
different.
flip those. Those are traits. Those might be the cards that we were looking for
Oh, interesting.
for the personality.
There you go. Here, you can go through the traits while I've got body part.
Humpty Charge, Counter,
There
Jack,
we go.
and
Hard-
Hardboiled.
Yep.
Okay, you want to go ahead and resolve what those are? Because those might be the answers to the armor that I'm
Okay.
currently hunting
So
for.
these are not in play right now.
Those are not in play, no.
Okay. So counter-wise, counter is each time the Ignite is dealt a wound, which just happened,
Okay.
place a token on this card. We'll grab an armor and call as a token. When you finish resolving the current action, if there are 3 or more tokens on this card, discard all tokens and perform a signature trait. Okay? So, that will be that over here. And then we have Humpty Charge. Whenever trigger, turn to face attacker, we'll deal with this if it's relevant, when it's relevant. Okay? I think he's going to be resolving his Humpty Charge after every time he's dealt 3 wounds.
So I'm just not sure what these armor tokens do. I'm gonna say that whenever they
Well, when you attack, lower your total power by the number of armor tokens on the corresponding level.
and then do we clear the armor tokens?
It looks like it looks like each level is harder to hit. The first level is going
Okay.
to be -1 power. In fact, Shira, that's actually the point. So what happened? Here's what happens. Here's what I think happens. You rolled 4 and you got 5 with the break which you had.
Yes.
Right. That's important because you would have lowered your total power down to 4
Okay.
with this armor token. Then when it loses an armor token, and this is the part I'm not clear about.
I
does
think
it
when
lose
you
an
do
armor
a
token?
wound, it has to have. That's the thing I was looking for.
That's I'm not certain on.
It's
but
got to lose when you do it.
is it not in the main sheet?
I was looking.
No. Okay, so we'll consider if it's losing the armor token, and now the next time you have to deal a wound, it's going to be 2 armor. The next time after that is going to be 3 armor.
Okay.
So it's going to be it's 1, then -2, -1, then -3, -2, -1.
Okay.
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 Again, we're making educated guesses here.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and resolve this, and this is going to spout into a column.
So, the column over there.
Space designated by the coordinates on the back of that armor token in I-13.
I-13 is going to have to.
There's no 13.
We know we have a chart here. So I-13 is M9.
Okay, cool. M9.
9 column.
Okay,
Okay.
that'll be that.
Okay. That was my turn.
So let me go ahead and resolve my attack. Do you have any after effects, or did you use up all of your abilities?
Where would
during that
after
attack?
effects be?
Any abilities that you didn't use or cards you want
No,
to play to help buff?
I used them
Okay.
all, and then when do I reset my heat and all that?
You right now you're gonna redraw back up and reset all of your
So I
abilities.
get I shift all my cards. All right, cool.
So I'm gonna move 1, 2, gain a power. I'm gonna be doing an attack, which is going to be a die roll of 1. What am I looking? I'm looking for 7 to connect with him, with a modifier of +2. So I'm looking for a 5. Now I could spend one of these cards if I wanted. I will. No, I'll save it. I don't need the precision right now, and that's a pretty powerful card to use later.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to connect with him. I'm just trying to hit him.
I'm saying, okay, do you need movement? Do you need...
No, I think I'm just going to go ahead and strike him.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and hit him. 5+ is what I'm looking for. 4 is not going to do it, so I'll spend a heat in order to re-roll that. 10 will do it, and that is technically a crit chance because that should be the only white die that I was rolling.
Yep.
So we're going to be flipping a card right after I resolve my abilities.
You only roll 1 die?
Level 1, I roll 2 dice. 2 dice plus my armor plus my own natural ability. Now, I really want to get this because a crit chance is super powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and add a break token into that location, and I want to see if I can spend any of these cards to give me a few more. I don't. Does anyone have cards to toss me any break tokens or any buffs like that?
I don't have.
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. So
No, I can place a break token in the night pool.
that'd be great.
I'm going to gain a heat, place a break token in the night pool.
You
Okay.
have that ability? Cool.
Yep. So let's go ahead and go for this, and I'll flip this card. I'm looking for a 4+, and I could do a critical on this, which would be great. That is going to be oh no.
You have my 2. You have my 2 from my previous one.
Oh yes, that is just enough because we have the modifier, Alex.
Yep.
Minus
Of the.
2.
Are you looking for armor as well? I scoured that thing. If you find it, I'll be very frustrated.
Go, go, go.
I'm going to hit through that, so I'm going to be dropping one of these armor down. That's kind of what we've ruled. Oh, and it'll take. It's 6 total. It's what 10 total damage we need to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and by that point he'll be escalated even higher. Okay. Critical. Another knight may refresh one weapon and perform a bonus attack. Alex, do you want to take a bonus attack with your Fleishritter guy?
He doesn't seem to hit very well.
But if he hits, we already have 2 break tokens in the pile.
Fine.
Why don't I do
but
it?
But he doesn't have an opening.
You want to do it?
He has an opening, yeah.
Can
Let's
I-
have Shira do it. Absolutely.
So,
And that is a
what do I
win.
have to? What do I have to roll? I have to do a complete attack, or I get to roll.
You can do a full attack.
So I'm
Full
rolling
attack
my
sequence.
2 dice.
Go ahead and upgrade his deck accordingly, because I just did a crit hit on that.
Did you get to leave a die for me? It's important for me to know. Can you check that card? Did it leave a die?
This one, leave 1 die. Yep,
Okay, So
absolutely.
I'm leaving a 2. Just for that. Okay, I rolled 2 dice.
You're doing both the AI and that deck, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The AI, and what that? No, I'm only doing...
So AI should also be scaling.
Okay.
Go ahead and read you need to read the column for it.
2 hits.
Wait, sorry. I'm not following. 1 second.
Yeah. It scales both AI and baddie points.
Which one?
So-
No, this is...
Shuffle 2 baddie points.
Oh, yes,
and
I
AI.
gotcha.
Can I have that last red over there, please?
Last red. You got a hit successfully?
I got 2 hits.
Ooh.
So that gives me 2 dice from here. 3, 4. This is giving me a 5th.
You have to discard that in order to utilize it.
Oh, I do?
Yep. Yep.
This is all discard?
That's all activated on the discard, yeah.
Oh, so then I don't have that extra one. I used it last time to get that.
No, you have 2 tokens on there.
Okay.
It's a saint. So you discard 1 blessing, and then you could discard a 2nd blessing if you wanted now.
I won't. I don't think I
Okay,
need to.
you'll hold it for now.
Those are still in the pool?
Those are still in the pool, yeah, because my turn isn't over. 6. 6.
8.
Well, we haven't pulled this.
But I'm saying 8 because there was one here.
Yeah.
Go.
So 5, you get to leave a die. Wound. This is a wound. You didn't get a crit, right?
Nope.
Okay. Pushback 2, suffer 1 damage and knockdown. So you're gonna go 1, 2. So that'll be 2 damage because you're gonna smash into that
Okay.
pole. And knockdown. So you're going to gain the status card called knockdown,
Okay.
which you can read and you can see what that tells you
You
to do.
are knocked down. You cannot perform voluntary movement or use active abilities unless their effect allows you to stand up. If this card is discarded by another effect, stand up. The end of your next turn, flip this card.
Okay. Sender, this is going to be the body part.
Okay.
So we need to escalate everything one more time.
So again, one more escalation. So this is going away?
Yep, we've
Okay.
done 3 total damage so far.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was a 2.
Yes,
So we
but
escalate to a 3, don't we?
no. Oh, well, read it. Is that what it says? It escalates by 1. I think it escalates the lowest. It's the chart that I gave you.
Oh, let's see. That's BP. No, I'm gonna have pen to pass you. No, here we go. BP2. Shuffle a BP3 card.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, so BP2
You're
gets
discarding.
escalated.
You're discarding a
Yep.
How much have we wounded him?
3 out of the 10 we need.
Even though it was a BP2?
Yep.
You sure?
Yeah. Every hit is just 1 wound.
What's the 2 in the corner there?
Does it seem to indicate 2 wounds?
It just says 2 in the corner. The other ones say 1.
I think that's just the level of card it is.
But Okay, could be.
I can check. I
thought if you hit the higher cards, you get that more wounds.
So with the skeletons, the mob 3 specifically had a rule saying that it was worth 2. But the mob 2s were all worth 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to toss me the rules, I can try to dig through that to find that answer.
It's all good. Let's go ahead and keep moving for right now. Okay.
I've already attacked. That was the end of my resolution. Sender, have you attacked with both your characters?
No, I have not.
Okay, so hand me over the sheet. I will keep digging while you...
This one?
Nope, the whole pile.
Oh.
While you resolve your attack.
Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and... Is your person supposed to be on the side, or that's just a coincidence?
What do you mean?
Yes, I'm knocked down.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Perfect.
If
Okay.
you have anything that can stand me up, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I have wasted next turn.
I do at the end of my turn. Gain 1. Where is it?
So this heat should refresh at the end of his
This
turn.
one, gain 1 to make another knight stand up.
Oh no!
You don't have
Wait,
it yet.
but it comes back, and then I have one last activation. No,
It comes back after
it comes
your
back at the end of it. I can't stand
Okay,
you
I'm
up.
gonna go ahead and attack. I'm gonna put an opening token into the pool. Actually, what do we have there? Those should be gone, right?
Yes.
Those should be cleared.
So let's go ahead. I'm gonna do a regular break over there. So I'm gonna add a break token to the pool, if you don't mind. Then I'm gonna attack, rolling that white die in theory, which is a 7 with a +2. That's gonna be a hit. So I'm gonna be able to go ahead and grab those dice.
You have an automatic. I don't know how many you need, but you have a 2 here already.
2, perfect. Okay, great. Do I have any cards I want to activate? I have an attack reroll if I want to.
Okay. Yeah, every BP 3 card counts as 2 wounds, but BP 1 and 2 count as 1
Perfect.
each.
Okay, I'm going to attack, and we're resolving this card, right? Okay.
Yep.
It's a 3.
Is a
Oh, yay.
That's a 3. That's gonna be hard to hit though.
It's a 5.
That's
That's
terrible.
doable. With that 2 over there.
Well, how much does he minus?
1, 2.
Only 1.
Oh, no, he minus is 1. So here's what we got. Okay, we
You
got
have
that.
5, but you need to.
We have 5 already, plus
This
a break,
was
so we
left
have
over.
6.
You have 6.
We have 6. Minus 1 is already 5, right?
Yeah, you've got it.
Is that why do I feel like I'm not? Why do I feel like I don't have it yet? Something about it. I think. Why did the math works out? We're
Yeah.
good.
I think we got it.
Okay.
You also had a free reroll, right?
Yeah. Ignite cannot form. So that's a BP 3. So it's the BP deck and discard pile for the lowest BP card. So we're gonna grab the lowest BP card, which is gonna be a 1,
Yep.
and then add a 3 in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Shuffle it up.
And
Okay.
he takes 2 wounds.
So that's 5.
Okay, so this goes into our. So this should be separated. This should be a non-wound pile. This should be our wound pile. So we're currently
Yep.
at 5 wounds.
Yep. You toss
Okay.
it up there in a sheet.
Yeah. Then we're gonna escalate.
Take
this
away
as well.
an armor as well. Did you take away an armor for?
If not, that should be spouting a column. Are you spouting columns with those things?
I didn't with the one before, so go ahead and
Grab 2 of them because we should have 2 more columns. One on C8. The one he just threw. That's 1 column.
C8 and C13. C13. Yep.
they correspond to a chart. C13 is really M3, and C8 is really H3. So M3 and H3. H3. Oh,
That's
H3 is right in front of you,
All right, and M3 up there.
and M.
What if we have no more spires?
I just don't think we put any more. We're run
Okay.
out.
And then from there,
My
that's
assumption
that.
is he's going to try to kill us. So pull his AI card.
Correct
So
assumptions.
we've all gone. Now we have the Insidious Thrust. Target in the blind spot. Okay, so
That'll be
closest.
to meat eater.
So he's turning around to the meat eater. Move and attack. He is going to be. That is related to a special ability. Does that symbol make sense?
Not specifically.
Okay, I'll check his sheet. I've seen that icon somewhere.
Was there any when you wounded him? Was there any wound reaction? By the way, on his 3.
On the 3. Oh, I mean,
I thought I saw one.
wound, knockdown, and Humpty Charge.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and that was true on. Did we do that on weak pollen? You did that. You did that one. Yes.
That's why I'm
Okay,
laying
perfect.
down on my side.
Yes.
So,
Knockdown and Humpty Charge.
who
So
did you attack with?
I attacked with Richard over here. With
Knockdown. And
Renholder.
what does Humpty Charge do now?
Humpty Charge is going to be this over here. So, Humpty Charge. He's going to go ahead, when triggered, turn to face the attacker, which is me. Then full move the Egg Knight forward in a straight line. His full move is going to be his full movement of 5. Okay. Then turn to face the most knights. Okay. Humpty Charges does crash. If the Egg Knight moves through or ends its move in a knockdown knight, the knight resolves a Judaism draw regardless of their health. So dragging one of these,
well,
right?
no, wait. So I'll show you
Judicium
what.
is bad.
I'll show you what this is. So this deck is a deck of 5 potential cards. For every escalation of overkill we get, we'll take more. For now, this is just a simple
You die horrifically.
a
Your
simple
gruesome death
simple
becomes
card
legend.
draw.
Okay.
What does it say?
You
Oh,
live.
you live. You live. Good. He does not die yet.
50-50 chance.
50-50 chance.
Fabulous.
Okay. From there, we are now resolving this card. Closest knight in front in range. So,
Fun fact: if we get Humpty to hit a column or the edge of the board, he discards an armor token.
oh, cool. Good to know. So
That's
do
why
you
they said
have,
position yourself
does,
wisely.
Does Ren have 3+ heat?
Ren has 2 heat.
Okay. Choke. Each hit does 3 damage and knockdown. So you're gonna roll 3 dice on a 9+.
Even though he's already knocked out?
Yep. You're gonna roll 3 damage on a 9+. And
Wanna roll
knockdown
this?
is your
3
stats
dice.
card.
You said 3 dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
All
You
hits.
should spend heat to probably.
I can reroll one of them. Okay.
Here's a knockdown card for you.
5. So that's 3 hits. How
Okay.
dead am I?
You're getting 9 total damage.
Okay. That's gonna.
That's your choked status effect that you get. And how much overkill is that?
I'm at 4, so that's gonna be -5.
-5 overkill. So this is going to progress our Judaism deck. The deck that we're progressing is going to be, it's going to worsen the odds of us surviving. And it stays there for everyone, not just for you.
Okay.
So, the way this deck
Instead of being a
progresses...
50-50 chance if you
Goes
live,
worse.
It gets worse.
your odds of
5+, you're going to add a you died horribly card into the potential card draw. So here we have the 2 cards that you could draw,
Okay.
and then we're going to add a you died horribly into there as well. So now it's a 1 in 3.
Seems reasonable.
Go ahead and shuffle this up.
And my health's down to 0, right?
Your health is down to 0. Yeah.
Which-
Yeah. Which means I have a limit of
limit.
8 on my hate. Yay. I live.
Oh, you live! Wow!
I'm
So,
good.
that is going to be that. You still have 1 health, which
Yep.
is fantastic.
0
Like,
health.
0 isn't dead.
0 is a number.
Yeah, 0 is
Yeah.
a number. Okay, and after, we're going to do a Humpty charge. I think he stomps on you again, right?
you get to draw another
Why did I
card.
say-
Sorry, I was just counting for fun because I didn't want
Okay.
to have you draw
Let's go ahead.
a 3rd card. Good chance he's dead. Sure, good chance.
That's not how this works, Jesse. I know how to draw the right card.
Yeah?
I'm a magician.
Don't say that.
Okay.
No!
You die! Did you die or you died
Died
horribly?
horribly. I died
He
horribly.
died horribly.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
You
so
come off the board.
now you have 1 less character to manage,
Yeah, that's
which
fine.
is
That's
honestly
cool,
a
that's
positive, because now we can really focus on.
I like Renholder. He was fun.
That's fair.
He
So
did his part.
outside of that, I am not sure what one of these symbols are, so we are going to
Move confidently forward.
move confidently forward. This pops into the discard for the AI, and now we should go ahead and take our actions. Would you like to? How does knockdown stand up?
So, someone can either discard it for me, or at the end of my next turn, I flip it, and then I can stand up.
So you just get
But-
it's a non-action.
So I'm not doing anything this turn.
No, I could go before you, I think, and go ahead and gain 1 heat to make another knight stand up.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. It goes up here to the sink.
So, if this card by another standing up.
There you are. And then I am currently going. So I'm going to step around to the butt, and I'm going to go ahead and activate an attack. So I'm rolling 1
Okay.
die, looking for a hit now on base hit was 7,
Yeah, 7
8,
still.
9, 10 with a 3 armor modified by +2 for the, or -2 for the broken sword. So 8+ will be a connection.
Wait, what about
10 is a hit, which is a crit chance, which is fantastic.
But let's be clear, the armor only lowers the power, not the crit roll. Still 10 is perfect.
Still 10 is perfect. Go ahead and add, it's a crit chance, go ahead and add a break token into that pool up there.
When I made my second attack, but it was on your turn, do I still get another power?
Every time you do an attack, yeah.
Sorry. And then break
token up there.
Okay.
Then I'm going to activate my abilities. I'm going to earn myself another break token, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I can get a re-roll on these dice, because I'm going to be rolling 2, 3, 4 total dice. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and go for this, unless I want a modifier. I don't think so. So his armor value is now going to be 3 higher, so I need to pull a card. This card is going to be a 5, so I need an 8 to take this out. Odds are not going to happen. Ooh, closer than I...
Did we have any leftover dice from the last one?
We should have.
Like
It
a
was
level of-
3. The last one was a 3. Leave 1 die, yeah.
So a 2, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As long as I can trigger both of those, and
you could.
I absolutely
What's
can.
it minus, though?
-1.
That was
minus.
five.
Minus
That's
3. Cool.
5 to the 8. This is a critical as well. I may tap one weapon and perform a bonus action. So,
You don't have these dice, though, to help you.
yeah.
Do you have an extra weapon? Yeah, your shield.
Well, I could just tap my broken sword and go ahead and...
You don't tap them by default when you use them?
No, but I get to untap one and attack.
Okay, cool.
So
up your attack stat again, and we lose an armor.
yeah, that's right. All right, let's do this again. Those don't go away yet, Shira. Those stay for
Those
this
stay?
for this attack.
That's
Absolutely.
a level 2.
A 3, I'm going to be spending a heat to reroll. A
9.
9, not quite the 10 that I need, but close enough. So when that happens, I'm now going to be rolling 2. Did I have a leftover card on that last hit though? A leftover dice.
Leftover dice. Yes.
Oh, what was the value?
Leave 1 die.
Leave 1 die. So we'll say that I have a die value of 2 left over. So 2 dice, 4 dice is going to be how many I'm rolling. Looking for.
Which card are you drawing for this one?
Yep.
And was that another level 3 card we did?
No,
No,
it's 2.
it's not.
Did he have a reaction to it?
It was a crit, so
no.
he doesn't have a reaction.
Oh, the wound, yeah.
4, 5, 6 is where I'm trying to do damage. I'm going to give myself a reroll again, and then I'm going to add a open, a break, and a break token into the pool.
Open.
Break and break.
You need breaks.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to be enough to do another damage. This does not have a reaction, so the small hand is hopped off.
Do you have to leave one of the die you can leave a die? Do you have to leave one of the ones you rolled? Or can we continue leaving the leftover too?
Is there another elite die? Did I get to leave a die again?
If you got 3+, leave 1.
I think you...
That was level 2. You hit another level 2? So I have to modify
I'm not
this
sure.
again.
We'll leave one of those for
'Kay.
the sake of it.
I was just curious.
And remember,
Everyone has been
I'm not
getting...
even entirely sure that that is exactly what that symbol
Yeah.
means. I just can't find another explanation for it.
Yeah, those are 2.
Um,
not 3s.
Everyone has been rolling 2s, which is why this is
Yeah.
the first time I'm asking it. Everyone has been rolling a second set of a 2.
Fair question. I refresh by leaving 2. I gain 1 card back into my pool, and who else? Both of you could still go.
Yeah. So I'm going to do my rush thing and then do with my auto break. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
And
I could technically stand away.
you could stab them right on the side.
Stand right there. You must move at least 3 spaces and reach your target. Okay. I have to spend a heat to do it. I haven't been spending that heat. I've forgotten about it. So, what's the auto break?
It's just to get one of these turns automatically into hit.
Okay. So this is the leftover die. Rolling 2. What do I need to connect? Did you take off an armor point?
No, not the last one.
And did they spire? We don't have any spires
have
left. Okay. So I'm not in his blind spot. So I need 6s. 1.
1 hit.
And this could turn into an auto hit.
It could, yeah.
Because I have an auto break. So.
No, yes. Yes. Nice.
So 2 hits.
No, auto break is not that.
What's auto break?
Auto break is for the chalices into breaks. You need a auto open.
Okay.
But you could re-roll that by spending a heat.
Okay. Spend a heat. Reroll. 8.
There you are. Now you have your 2 hits.
Okay. 2 hits. I still have that die. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dice. Let me take my stats. So I made another attack here. I have 2 openings over here, which could have helped with that before. I have 1 break. I have a reroll, and then I have an opening, a break. And what's the little foot arrow thing over here?
The foot arrow thing is a hug action, remember?
Yeah.
You can hug your way around it, but you're not next to him,
I
so you
don't
can't
need to.
really hug
Okay.
him.
All right. So let's see what I get. We should have drawn a card. It's a 3,
Torch. Oh, yep.
which isn't gonna be
Be a
great.
5.
He has 1, so I need a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
If you have 3
I have
breaks.
2 breaks,
2 breaks.
and I have.
Do you have a reroll?
reroll.
Nice.
Oh.
Any more rerolls? Anything?
Can I spend heat to
can't
No,
reroll?
spend heat to reroll these.
No.
So this is gonna
Could
be.
I have rolled
Well, I still
more?
haven't gone yet.
What about your priest?
Could I? I didn't do it in advance. I think I have to designate it beforehand.
I mean, if you saw a 3 coming out, I would have done it, but
I didn't realize it was a 3.
I'm okay if she does it.
You okay with it?
Up to you.
Okay. So I've
Your
used
priest
my
is gone, though.
My priest is gone, but I get one more die. Not in my luck for this.
Perfect.
This is what
Odds
it.
are like you shouldn't cheat.
Okay, 3 pluses. So I still got enough to leave a die over.
You did.
Yeah, and
So
that
this
is
is
a
leftover.
instinct Humpty charge.
Yeah. So now this, I believe, locks into the 1 position, and you could choose to target that if you wanted.
Okay,
I
interesting.
believe that's how that
So it's
works.
going to go ahead and do an Humpty charge
He
now.
is, which turns around and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and
Why
guess-
why towards this guy? Shouldn't it be towards me?
Oh, towards yeah, it is towards you.
Oh, is it?
Which also means it's going to hit a pillar, losing its last armor.
So
No,
pushing
it
that
smashes
pillar.
the pillar and loses its last armor.
Where do I happen to me? Oh, I die.
Probably. It's a 1 in 3 chance. You're probably safe.
I don't draw cards very well.
I know how to draw cards. You dry.
I
Never mind.
died. So
Okay.
long, farewell.
Well, you made it slightly easier for me to hit it.
That is
All
true.
the way down.
That is true.
Welcome.
Is
Alright.
y'all send out?
I'm going to go ahead and walk towards it.
How many
and
more
hope for the best.
wounds do we need?
1. I
One?
believe, no, that's not true at all.
I'd say 8, I think right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is.
If you hit that 3, it'll be 8, 9, and then you just need that 1 left.
If I hit the 3.
But we only have 2 characters left.
Here's your die that is remaining.
Okay, fine. So I could try to hit the 3. The problem is yeah, I guess I might as well try to hit the 3 because once he connects, he hits well. He just has to connect. Okay, so we'll go ahead and add could you leave a opening and a break in the pool and take the rest out? Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna attack. We're gonna hope for the best over here. We're gonna roll for that 1 die and hope for a really high number. It's not a high number. We're gonna go ahead and do the heat and hope for the best. 8.
Oh, there you are.
Beautiful. So I connected. Perfect. That's what I needed. Which means now I'm rolling 1 black and 3 red dice.
And what are you targeting?
I'm targeting that up there.
Nice.
Once he hits, he hits.
You do have a leftover.
I do have a leftover, which is
What-
perfect.
Tick up your power and tell me what to add to your pool.
Add a break token and a break token and a reroll.
So you hit hard
How
enough
many?
to leave a leftover, but not. Okay.
Yeah.
How much?
2 break tokens.
2 break tokens?
Yep. And I have a reroll on my end.
Because those break tokens are needed. Because I left you a chalice.
Okay. And then I can't unfortunately gain 3. That's a problem. Okay, well, this is a useful card here. I just need more heat room to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack with these. Whoops, that's not a roll. We're gonna go ahead and we have a decent roll. A decent roll. That will be a hit. He's dead.
1,
That'll
2,
be hit.
3,
He's not dead.
4,
Not dead.
5,
One health
6.
left.
1 health left.
He's gonna get attacked one more time.
Yes.
You've gone already?
I've gone already.
This does not have any wound effect, so he's done.
AI card.
Does he Humpty charge again? Does the instinct trigger all the time? Is instinct guaranteed?
What does the instinct say?
It says instinct.
No, it's just a thing that he can do.
Okay.
Humpty charge is like an ability modifier that he
Okay.
has, like a trait.
Do you have anything to step out of his way?
Me?
You have the roll. You should have the roll.
I do have the roll. I do have a night roll. Reaction
Did you
gain
have a
2
roll?
heat, but I can't
do you
gain
mean?
heat. Nope, I can't gain
You
heat.
had the night roll as well. So you technically could have rolled. That's what you're supposed
He
to
was
do.
coming after me, though.
Yes, but you could have still done a night roll to
It is-
avoid that
it-
one collision.
It is what it is.
We're just throwing it out there. Humpty Quake. Target all knights in Zone 2. I assume Zone 2 is the row 2.
Where's his card? I think Zone 2 is relative to him.
Okay.
Where's his paper?
Yeah.
Piled up next to Shira.
There.
There's no
Okay, so you keep going.
zone conditions that I see. No target perform signature.
What's his signature?
Signature is going to be the Humpty charge.
Okay.
Okay. I believe.
So it passes over.
All knights, no target. If there's no target, so the target is all knights in Zone 2.
But we don't know what Zone 2 is.
Yes. So he's doing his signature move then?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and Humpty charge again towards me.
You should roll out of the way.
I don't have the heat room to do so. Oh, wait, 1 second. No, I could now. Because at the end of my turn, my heat resets. So I'm going to spend 2 heat to move 1 space.
Nice.
Okay?
So you dodge out of the way.
Yep.
He smashes down. After final attack, perform signature again. So he's going to turn, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3,
Smash you.
4, 5. Like thematically,
Knocking-
he's like rolling
running
around
around.
the room, right? And I also.
Did he
That's
have any
yours.
more armor to take down? Alex? Did he have
no,
any more
he's
armor?
not. No more armor.
He's like weakening himself by rolling around the room. I don't have a night roll in. I don't see one.
So you're gonna get smashed.
I would like to draw a Judaism card.
Wait, every time you get a Humpty, you draw Jerusalem? Yeah, you do, yeah.
He just murders.
No. That's
What?
not. That's only when you're knocked down. If you were knocked down.
If you were already
Okay.
knocked down and he tramples you
Then-
again, then
yes.
you have to drive.
Okay.
Otherwise, when trigger strength based attack, full move, straight turn, just does crash. He does crash.
Was
Or
I knocked
crashes.
down before he trampled me?
No.
May not have been.
So you're probably alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just spend your night roll and like call it a sidestep.
If the egg that moves
I
through
spent
it
my
as you're
night
going to
roll.
knock down knight, the knight resolves to do some draw. So it's only if you're knocked down. Otherwise, he resolves crash, which sadly we don't know.
Crash
Crash
means
is
he
one of
runs.
these.
He runs into
No.
me.
Okay.
Yeah, crashes. He runs into me, and I take damage
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
I also am knocked down because of that, and if he landed on me, I would have been pushed away. So
This goes in to
Okay.
here.
cool.
This comes out. I'll go.
I think we're acting.
Let me go. Because I'm going to spend this to make you stand up. Gain a
Okay.
heat to make you stand up.
Sounds good.
Because I have plenty of heat. My limit's like all the way to the top. And then I'm going to do my rush thing. Spending a heat and getting 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll hang out here. I'll hang out here.
Well, at this point, if you can just hit him, you could hit him.
Yeah.
Not.
Okay.
Not.
Because one hit does it, right?
Yeah.
We technically win with the caveat that we don't know how to play.
Correct.
Rolling
I'll
two.
take that victory.
Yeah.
I need, you said his 7, correct? Hitting on
Yes.
a 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need 6s. And there's nothing for being in his blind spot.
Nope.
1 hit, spending a heat to reroll that.
You can spend a hit to reroll both if you
She
want.
already has a one.
I have +1,
Oh, okay.
so
Okay.
I don't need to reroll that one.
Boom.
2 hits,
Okay,
nice.
2 hits. 4 dice. Did anything get left over from you with your last one?
No.
No?
Uh,
Up there?
Oh, me?
This was
Leave
your last
one. Yeah, leave one. Leave one.
Leave one. So can I leave the black one?
I would if I were you.
yeah. What? I mean, I don't see anything that says you can't.
Okay, so I'm leaving
At
that
the
black one. And then these clears, of course. And I get to roll 4 red. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this ticks up 1, which gives me a break, a reroll, opening and break. Break, a reroll, opening and another break, another reroll, and I get to hug him a lot. Not really.
He's very hard to hug.
Yeah, he's very round. I could hug him so much times. Okay.
Flip the card.
With this card. 2.
That seems anticlimactic.
Should I roll?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, that was a dismal roll, but
Dead. Aftermath?
Is
very
it aftermath?
There
satisfying.
should be. Yeah.
I mean, is there a text aftermath? Not like that.
Well, that's what I'm curious about. Clash outcome.
You have won the delve.
You've won the delve. Consult the Nightbook to find out your objective outcome. Note the knights that died during the boss fight do not lose any clues. So,
clues.
we could check both of your objective outcomes because there's different conditions for winning or loss, and then that is a video.
Here you go.
So let's see. Moving down to, I think we were on you last, right?
Yeah.
So, where is the Fleishritter? The context is, after you finish the Delves Clash, see 009 to reveal your character's outcome.
I do want to hear how delicious the night was. Let's be honest.
I mean,
Did you eat the egg?
that is,
I mean,
I definitely.
that is actually
you most
very
likely
fair.
ate that
The
egg.
delve is done, but what of your quest? Check these conditions in order from top to bottom. If you feel conditions, stop and go to the new paragraph. Dealt the cleaving blow. That was not me. Did not deal the cleaving blow, but got 2 edges. Partial success. Didn't track my edges.
You didn't get any edges.
Didn't deal the cleaving blow, but got 3 edges. Didn't deal the cleaving blow, failed the delve, or lost the clash and got 1 or few edges. Failure. So I'm into failure, which is
Oh,
unfortunate.
well.
It's possible. There were times I
What are
gained an edge.
edges?
There were things
Did
that
you
gave
think
you
you
an
gained
edge.
an edge?
I know I gained at least the 1 edge. I don't remember if I
Well,
gained
give
2.
yourself 1 edge.
Well, that doesn't.
One
help
doesn't
me. I
help.
need
You
to.
needed
I need
two.
to. Thanks, Jesse. Thanks a lot. Thanks for reminding me how. Okay. Can I acquire? Why are you carving that? The old mustache knight asks. You know not what a helm is? You ask, puzzled. Why, you're wearing one right now. And so are you, retorts the sly devil. And last time I checked, you did not possess 2 hands, my dear sir. You smile and look down at your handiwork. The creature's flesh, though metallic, still yielded to your superior Fleishritter arts and carving skill. It was a young specimen, and you feel the headgear won't last long under duress, but for the time it does, it will offer better protection than your horn's sallet. Sallet? Such is the power that lies within monster flesh. Helms break, Sir Knight. It's good to have a spare. The flesh of the egg thing will insulate me from concussions. Sir Saunch looks at the oval helmet, and there's a spark of understanding in his weary eyes. Mind carving too? Sir Saunch can discard a martial clue to gain a duplicate of the perishable Egg Helm gear card, or the Fleishritter can just gift him his card. Either way, if Sir Saunch ends up with an Egg Helm gear card, both knights gain +1 to their friendship. Aw, Jesse. We're friends.
Egghelm.
My failure is actually I read the wrong paragraph.
Oh.
Awkward. Whoops. My bad. I'm sorry. Wrong paragraph. That was a subsequent paragraph. 15.
But it sounds so good. Look how awesome the Egghelm is.
I know, we'd be friends.
You could have put your head in that.
You stride across the barren plains of the Principality, whistling a jaunty tune as you feel the heat building up within your armor. You've been traveling for many days now, and your water skin is nearly empty. Still, there's no further sign of that creature, that egg knight whose irresistible taste lured you here in the first place. I don't understand this. I feel like I should have gotten one of the other things.
You would have had maybe winning the Clash gave you a edge or something like that.
Perhaps it must have been the other one. So let's go with the other paragraph.
Because there's no way you didn't.
Let's stick with
There's
friendship.
no way you didn't win something.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We're friends. We're so friends.
Only if he gives it to you.
You give it to me?
I'm definitely giving him the Egghelm.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he can either give up a clue to get a duplicate, or I can give him it. He can have the duplicate. I'm not giving him mine. I want the Egghelm.
It is pretty cool. Does it have any cool abilities or anything on it?
Subdue resistance, and you can gain 2 heat and rotate the card for knock guard.
So Shira,
Yes.
we have 0015 to see your story ending.
The delve is done, but what of your quest? Check these conditions in order. Okay. At least 4 historic clues and 2 martial clues? No. 4 historic and 2 martial clues? No. 3 plus edge?
Again, we didn't track the edge.
I don't think she got 3 edge.
I don't think she got 3 edge.
No.
I think I actually got 2 edge. I'm pretty sure I did.
At least 3 historic clues. If
The
2
problem is
plus
I have
edge
2
gained?
characters. I don't remember
No.
which one's got
Any
edge.
other outcome, including I have failure. Okay.
Edge has been hard to get.
Yeah.
016. The Principality of Stone is nothing like your woods, grey and drab and full of death and decay, and monsters that would give pause to any wilder. You and your companions have clashed with one, the Egg Knight, and held your own, at least for a time. That time, however, was enough for Egel to slip into the night. You refused to give up and pushed your company deeper into the kingdom towards the ominous high-seat tower of the capital, looming in the distance like a suspended sentence. Egel always seems one step ahead of you, close enough for you to pick up the trail but not to catch up. As if you stop, your gaze transfixed on the pile of rubble just ahead of you. At its top, a spear thrust straight into the heavens, as if someone meticulously placed it there. It's a wilder sign. Mine, you yell, staking your claim. That's mine, you calmly repeat and point to the weapon. Swiftly you move towards it, maybe too swiftly, too recklessly. That's the word you were looking for earlier. Impatient, impulsive, and reckless. Reckless is not what you want to be in the Principality. As you reach for the spear, you suddenly feel many pairs of eyes lock on you. Men and women in dark gray doublets, almost indistinguishable from the debris until they start moving.
They're all stones.
Solemn faces with murder written on them, long knives with dulled blades. These knaves came prepared. Oh, you manage, as many thoughts cross your mind, with the chief one being, there's far too many of them. So, this is how it's going to be, eh? Consequences. Gain 1 despair. Gain the reclaimed spear. Gear guard.
Oh, not the yoke spear?
No.
You could have got a yoke-coated spear. It's so much better.
I'm sure I could have.
Wow. What a shame.
Gain the reclaimed spear gear card. Gain the advanced run ability card. Mark A1 and A2. Don't have the head and Egel lives. Immediately proceed to chapter 2B. Night Batu. Escape quest only in the full game.
Cool.
So I would immediately launch into another quest because I failed.
Yeah.
And I tried to take a
And
severe...
everyone has that.
Look at
whole
this!
pathway.
4 dice, though.
Pretty cool.
That's what?
Yeah,
4.
4 dice. So that could potentially multiply nicely.
Whoa, cool.
It's even better than the yoke-headed spear.
Yeah.
Why did you want me to get the
No,
yoke?
it depends.
No, that's because the Yoko is thematic.
Yoke-headed spear is 3 dice, but it also has a special ability: reach 2, opening 2,
Full power
and full
pierce.
power
But this
pierce.
I'm the only one who can use it. Kara only. Max 3 dice, reach 2, opening 2, full hit pierce.
Okay.
Major, opening 3 instead.
Cool.
Interesting.
So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Hopefully this gave you some degree of what they're trying to do. If you made it to this point, I will have a full head-to-head Kingdom Death. Shira and I will be breaking that down, trying to honestly give the game in the prototype stage as much grace as possible, while also acknowledging that this has been a hard game to learn and table, because there's elements that need to be designed that I can't speak towards, that I hope get there, but it makes it really difficult if they aren't, and right now they aren't. And also the context of what people will like and not like around Kingdom Death versus this. That's really where I want to focus my conversation. You're going to be doing a full review on your channel.
Yeah, but again, same things before,
Not full
even more
review.
so. First impressions.
You're going to be doing a full first impressions on your channel. Are you thinking, when are you hoping to have it?
Oh, I don't know yet.
You still need a few more days.
Yes.
Okay. So, with that in mind, make sure you keep our eyes on both of these channels so you can get more information on the game and decide where you want to set your
I like
dollar.
how you just pointed that it was my channel. That was really
I
cool.
thought it was funny.
Both
That was
these
funny.
channels.
I thought it was
Most
funny.
people are handing it off to her. Either way, whatever the case, whatever you do,
remember to do the important
eat
thing.
eggs
Get out and play some
every
games.
day
We'll see you next
before
time.
they turn into
Thank
Yo,
you.
Coda Spears.
this. Hold up! I completely forgot. If you made it to this point, you also want to know who is winning.
That was really rude.
This
I was home.
mini-
He gave me a call. He said, we
I
need you
did,
back
I
here. I
sent-
drove back. I don't know
he
what's
did
going
drive
on. What
back.
am I back for exactly?
We're gonna
giving
draw,
away this egghead.
I didn't need to come back and drive back for that.
Yeah,
you
you did.
didn't. Let's start this top camera just so we have that.
Well, no.
actually running.
If I drove all the way here, I want to hold it.
No, you don't get.
Unbelievable.
You have your own copy.
I do have my own copy.
Start. Who is gonna get sent an egg head? Well, whatever mini they want. It doesn't
Manu
have to be
A. Release
Manu
that
A.
mini.
Release the
mini.
Kraken.
So,
Mini.
Manu A, congratulations. Assuming you're hopefully not like in Argentina or
wrong
the
with
Philippines. Very hard to ship to, apparently.
Oh, I mean, I'm flying there in May, supposedly.
We'll send it with you.
Yeah.
Safe travels.
Here's the
Wait,
thing.
with Manu, if you're from Argentina, let's talk.
Manu, send an email to quackalope@gmail.com. We'll have you comment on another video proving who you are, and then we'll coordinate your shipping address. And, you know, if you're international, we'll have a conversation depending on where you're located. If you're here in the States, we'll ship it out, no questions asked. It's kind of like, I like doing open-ended giveaways with the caveat that, like, I'm not spending $250 to send it to, like, the middle
Germany.
of Siberia. Or Germany's rough.
Germany
Germany's
was really rough.
Yeah,
For some
we sent a
reason.
shirt there, and it was like 40 extra bucks.
Yeah.
Ouch.
A shirt.
So,
Thanks
you
for
all.
watching, and once again, Senator, you can go home.
I'm gonna go.
well,
This is unnecessary. I don't know where you're going.
Bye.
Don't know where
Thanks
you're
for
going.
coming back, though.
Unbelievable.
Really appreciate it.
Unbelievable.
Wow.